All right. Divisional round matchup. This is a good one. We got Cincinnati going up against Buffalo. I still got to get myself fully prepared. I thought the game was 3:30 instead of 3. Thank God I checked and rushed down here. Either way, this is the first drive here for Cincinnati. First drive of the game for any team. And right off the bat, Cincinnati goes down the field and scores a touchdown. Cincinnati, on the first drive of the game, goes down the field and scores a touchdown, just like they did when they met up early on this season. Wow. This Bills defense right now, they've got to figure something out. They have to figure something out because this isn't good enough. This right here isn't good enough. It's not good enough. They were able to move the ball down the field with ease and really didn't have anyone stopping them. First drive of the game, and Cincinnati takes it the distance and scores themselves a touchdown to start this game off. Wow, this should be an interesting one then. Right off the bat, Cincinnati putting the pressure on Buffalo like they did last time. But Buffalo's got to be able to respond. You're at home. This is the division right now, so you got to be able to respond. This defense they don't really seem to have a lot of answers for what Cincinnati does, and that's dangerous. That's very dangerous. That's incredibly dangerous given the circumstances. My God, that's just wow. Right off the bat, they go down the field right off the bat and put up a touchdown. That's how you know this is going to be a tough one here. I thought the Bills' defense was good. I mean, they gave up a touchdown. You could be good, but that doesn't mean you're going to be perfect. How often do you see defenses shut people down? Why do y'all like to just talk trash the minute you see one play? I get we live in the moment, but damn. There's a whole football game that's left to be played. Not saying it's going to happen. I believe Cincinnati is going to put up 25 points at least. But, I mean, damn. Why do y'all like to do that? Y'all like to just, you see a big play, and then you like to trash talk immediately without understanding that that could easily backfire on y'all. Like, the game just started. The game just started. We're not even 4 minutes into the football game. Like, I thought the Bills' defense was good. What happened? They gave up an opening drive touchdown. I mean, it happens. And you can be good. You can be a good defense. Doesn't mean you're great, and it doesn't mean you're gonna stop every drive. Like, my God, guys. Fans always like to do that. Y'all like to jump the gun. Y'all do that on Twitter too. You'll see someone getting blown out. You're like, I thought he was good. I thought he was an elite quarterback. What happens? Then that same quarterback turns it around. Y'all get quiet. Like, why would y'all sit yourselves? I understand we live in the moment. But let's not like go so far to the point where we put ourselves in a bad position. Hey, man, for your sakes, I hope it works out. I hope Cincinnati comes out here and blows out the Buffalo Bills and makes that Bills defense look like trash so your comment stands up. But, I mean, damn, guys, like, the game just started. It's the opening drive. Defense is going to give opening drive touchdowns occasionally. It doesn't mean they're about to give up 40 points here to this Cincinnati offense. Anyway, here comes the first drive here for the Buffalo Bills. Cincinnati did exactly what they did last time these two teams met up, and they scored a touchdown. Here they are again. Let's see if they can score a touchdown. Well, when Buffalo was on the field that last time, on that fateful primetime game, which never got finished, they went down the field and scored a field goal. What happens this time? Did they actually get in the end zone and score a touchdown? Should be very interesting to see how this is going to turn out. Josh Allen is on the field, and I can't even lie. I'm not exactly happy with some of the things I saw from Buffalo. Like I said, Buffalo and Cincinnati last week didn't really impress me with what they did. In fact, it left me with more concerns. However, they're going up against each other. We'll see what happens here. 1st and 10. Quick throw here to McKenzie. McKenzie picks up a couple yards. Second down coming up here for the Buffalo Bills. Hey, man, hope all is well. Who scored for Cincy? Jamar Chase. Who else? Who else but Jamar Chase? That is Joe Burrow's favorite target. They have a clear chemistry. Jamar Chase scored that touchdown. Love this game. Got my same game parlay bets last night on this game. Well, I mean, I hope it works out for you, Alex. I really do hope it works out for you. Second down and 8 coming up here. Empty backfield for Josh Allen. They don't really run the ball on this offense, which is a problem, but we'll see how that works out here today. Allen takes snap. Quick throw. It's caught by Diggs. Diggs is immediately tackled. One of my biggest gripes with Josh Allen is that he turns the ball over very carelessly. Yeah, he wasn't doing that last season, but this season, my God, he just keeps turning the ball over. He's been so reckless in the red zone. He's been so reckless with the football that you know he's just going to turn the ball over. You know he's going to turn the ball over. If he plays a clean game, Buffalo's not losing. But when he turns the ball over, it's a problem. Third down and 4 here. This is a big one. You're already down 7 at home. You want to be able to convert this and keep this drive alive. Looks like Cincinnati's going to send pressure. Allen emptying the backfield here. He's going to take the snap. They're sending 5. Allen throws. Open. He overthrew Diggs. Incomplete. Oh, my goodness. The pressure caused that to happen because Diggs was open. Diggs was open. Diggs beat his man. Got open downfield. Allen saw it. He just overthrew him. But this is because of the pressure. The pressure came immensely fast. Allen didn't have enough time to throw that. Yeah, the pressure came and hit his arm. There's nothing he can do there once the pressure comes to hit his arm. Dang, you hate to see it. Diggs torched that DB. He burned him. It was clear. If he catches that, that's 6 points right there. So Buffalo's forced to punt the football. They go 3 and out on their opening drive. And Cincinnati's going to get the ball back here. Let's see what the Bengals can do on their second drive. Do you think it's the Brian Dable effect? Because Daniel Jones this year had the least amount of turnovers, and that wasn't a problem for Allen last year. I mean, it could be the case. It all really has to do with the play calling, which you allow your quarterback to do sometimes. Because with Allen, he's willing to take those shots, especially if the play calling fits with that description of taking those shots. But it always depends. It always depends on how certain things are going to go in terms of what you see in the game and how things can go. A lot of times, I don't know, this year it just seems like Allen's willing to take more risks than he was last year. Doesn't mean that Allen wasn't throwing the ball down the field. He was. But a lot of times when he was taking those shots down the field, a lot of guys just got open in the secondary, which made it a lot better. Of course, he had to put the ball on the money, which he did every time. Well, almost every time. It's not like you're going to be perfect 100%, but he put the ball on the money damn near like 85% of the time. So, like, he was hitting it last year. But this year, he's taking a lot more risk, and the way he's like placing this football, it's being put in danger. And a lot of times when he starts taking off and like extending the play to try and throw in the end zone, he's just throwing some bad picks. Hell, there's been some throws from him this year where you're just wondering what the hell was he looking at to throw that ball directly to the defender. I wish we got more internal pressure this offseason. Our edge rush Ojabo and Owe just have to be decent with that. We'll see. I mean, they're going to probably work on that in the draft, but I don't know. Anyway, they got work to do. It's the offseason for them, so we'll see what happens with that. But yeah, like Allen's been very reckless. The offense itself, obviously, with Brian Dable no longer here, it feels like it's gotten a little bit more. Maybe it's gotten a little bit too aggressive because like the run game is still virtually non-existent. But now it seems like they really do lean into the passing a little bit more than they did last year. Because last year they still couldn't run the football, but they were really trying to get Singletary involved, and it still wasn't working out. But they really tried to get him involved there. Like this year, it's been a lot of throws and a lot of chances that they would take where you're like, okay, you might just want to run the ball and see if you can get some couple yards to set yourself up in a second of short. I'm thinking about it. Wasn't the Jets where he threw that horrible pick? Yes, it was. What's going on, Charlie? Yes, it was. He threw that horrible pick right to the defender. He threw the pick right to the defender. It was disgusting. Everyone's looking at Josh Allen like, bro, you good? Where are you throwing that football? Anyway, second drive here for the Cincinnati Bengals. I'll be speechless if Bills get blown out today. I don't see that happening, but the Bills could very well lose to Cincinnati. Cincinnati's second drive here. They went down the field. Now, this is where the Bills defense got to show you some sort of response. First down here, they're going to run the football with Mixon. And he's going to pick up a couple yards second down here. It's funny, this game has started the exact same way almost. Yeah, I mean, it's eerily similar to what you saw during that one matchup. The only difference now is that you didn't see Buffalo go down the field and score a field goal. Instead, you get an incomplete pass because the pressure actually got him. Like, look at this. You're going to leave Jamar Chase open in the middle of the field. Of course he's going to score a touchdown. Joe Burrow, 4-4 for 64 yards and a touchdown. Two passes of 20-plus yards, or at least 2 plays of 20-plus yards. 2nd and 5. They're going to run this again. And look at Mixon picking up the first down and getting to midfield. Right now, Cincinnati is engaged, and the Bills' defense does not have an answer for anything. If Buffalo does not get their crap together, they're going to go down double digits at home. And that's not something you want to do. You don't want to play from behind at home. This game so far proves the Ravens have a better defense than the Bills. Well, they're playing in the snow, so, I mean, I wouldn't mind saying that. I love the Ravens. I love how the Ravens defense came together towards the end. I wouldn't have a problem. But to be fair, they're playing in the snow. And everyone knows it's tougher to make tackles in the freaking snow. This team right now is just cooking with grease. Another catch here. This time to T. Higgins. This defense got to make stops. Bengals playing complementary style ball. Yeah, they're attacking them with the run game and killing them in the air. And the Buffalo has no answers. The Buffalo has no answers for what's being presented to them. And if they don't figure something out, they're going to be screwed. $11 yards per play right now for the Cincinnati Bengals. And they're already in Buffalo territory. 1 first down here, and they're probably going to be in field goal range. Bills try to make a stop, and they don't. Another first down picked up here. Cincinnati continues to move the ball. If you're Buffalo at this point, if you can't get a turnover, you're going to have to stop them and hold them to a field goal. You cannot give up another touchdown. Because right now, y'all getting cooked. Sometimes I appreciate our Ravens D-line because we can actually stop running backs. Yeah, it's nice. 1st and 10. The ball is at the Buffalo 41-yard line. At some point, is the defense going to wake up and do something? Holy crap. Here comes Burrow. He's going to throw. T. Higgins is wide open, and he picks up another first down. What are y'all doing? What are y'all doing? What the hell are y'all doing out here? Holy crap. This is not a good look. This is not a good look at all. What are y'all doing out here? This is some nasty work, my friend. This is some nasty work. That defense is not making no stops. They're leaving so much space for some of these receivers, man. Every play is like a big play for them. And look at Jamar Chase. Look at the blocking for Jamar Chase. Someone was actually able to make a tackle there. Oh, that's great. Give me a second, guys. Another touchdown scored. And Cincinnati's up 14-0. Sorry for me being muted. I was on the phone because every time I start a live stream, that's the exact moment someone wants to call me on the phone. The exact moment I start a live stream, someone wants to call all of a sudden. And I'm glad as the phone call ends, Hayden Hurst scores a touchdown. I love it. Every time I start a live stream, like no one will call me on a normal day when I'm just chilling. But as soon as I get on a live stream, all of a sudden my phone want to ring. Every time. It's like right on time. But yeah, Cincinnati right now has taken complete control of this game. Defense looks completely lost. They don't even know what they're doing anymore. They don't know what they're doing right now. I mean, they're just lost. They're just lost. Like, what are they doing? Defense has not shown up at all. They look completely lost. Ravens would have done better than this. Ravens did do better than this. They had these guys on the ropes. And you can say, oh, they're playing down to the competition. Who gives a damn? It's the playoffs. If you don't play up to your competition in the playoffs, that's your problem. But the Ravens had this team on the ropes before that stupid fumble happened. So at least they put up a better fight than this. I don't know where the hell Buffalo is. Now, of course, they can't come back down 14. But, like, why would you be down 14 at home? Bills have to get their stuff together fast. Looking real bleak. Their defense is doing nothing. They can't stop the run. They can't stop the pass. What are they doing out there? Everyone looks lost. No one's really covering their guy. They're giving them, when they choose to play zone, they're giving up so much space that Burrow's picking them apart. When they choose to play man, no one can stick with their man because of the snow, and they're getting beat left and right. Like, there's nothing here. And obviously, it's snowing, so you're not going to be able to stop the run effectively because it's going to be tough to make these tackles against these guys. When you're backwards trying to move forward and they're coming this way, coming downhill, you're going here, it's going to be tougher to make those type of tackles in the snow. The Bills' defense looks completely lost to start this game. And honestly, I don't know if they get it together. It all depends on this drive. Because I think Buffalo's got to score 6 points now. You got to score a touchdown. You have to score a touchdown here. You're down 14. You have to score a touchdown. You are down 14. You have got to score a touchdown. If you are the Buffalo Bills, you got to understand, got to score a touchdown. With the way your defense is playing, you got to score a touchdown. This is just a bad look. This is a really bad look right now. Like, Cincinnati's taking complete control and Buffalo has no answers. Being down 14-0 at home is bad, bro. That's just a bad look. That is a horrible look if you're the Buffalo Bills. A comeback can be made. It's only 14 points. It's a two-possession game. It's not like these teams can't come back from double-digit deficits. But it starts with this drive. They're getting punched in the mouth. They got to respond at some point. Are they going to continue to get punched in the mouth? Or are they going to freaking swing? Are you going to show some life? Are you going to show some fight? Like, Joe Burrow has been perfect throwing the football. This is bad. I ain't gonna lie. That stadium right now is dead silent. It's dead silent right now. There's nothing here. It's just dead silent. 1st and 10 here for the Buffalo Bills. Josh Allen comes back out here. Allen, you know you guys got to go and score now, right? Like, you're down 14. You got to close this gap and make it a 7-point game once again. You can't afford to screw this up. So far, so good on the bets. I personally don't know why Vegas has the Bengals as the underdogs. 5.5 points really with this offense. Well, they expected the Bills' defense to show up and play the way they've played for much of the season. Even with the weapons on offense, Buffalo has gone up against... Listen, people saw... then again, if you see how this Bills defense performed last week against Miami's weapons, you should know that the Bills defense right now hasn't gotten themselves together so far in the postseason. Because, last week they were going up against the Bills, against the Miami Dolphins weapons with Skylar Thompson, and he was cooking them. At some point. They were getting a lot of yards, putting up a lot of points. It was just not a good look all around for the Buffalo Bills defense. You would hope they'd be able to retaliate and recover from that and show some life. But now they're playing worse now than they did last week. Like, Miami was a good example to show that this Bills defense got clear weaknesses and they're not able to handle these high-octane offenses. And they're choosing to run the ball here. They're choosing to run the ball here. What the hell are the Buffalo Bills doing? You have no run game. Why are they so conservative all of a sudden? What the hell? Why are they running the football? What the hell is this? The Buffalo Bills, a team who has not been good at running the football at all this season, has chosen to run the ball on first and second down. A team whose strength is passing the football. 3rd down and 5. Got to get something here. Josh Allen gets sacked. This is awful. Oh, my God. The offense is playing so conservative. The defense can't make a stop. What the hell is Buffalo doing? They're just failing at everything right now. They do not look engaged. They do not look engaged at all. Cincinnati came to play a football game. Buffalo came to appear in the divisional round. Just up here, make an appearance. What's going on, Omega? How you doing, man? Appreciate you stopping by. Cincinnati has completely taken control of this game, and the Buffalo Bills have not shown anything good. Defensively, they can't make a stop. Look at this. They almost let them go on special teams. Defensively, they can't make a stop. Offensively, they can't make a stop. It's like defensively, they can't make a stop. Offensively, they can't make plays. They ran the ball on 1st and 2nd down. What? The Buffalo Bills, a team that has not been good in running the football, chose to run the football on 1st and 2nd down. I get running on 1st down. You want to try to get the run game going early on. But to choose to run it on 2nd down too? Really? They just ran the ball twice. And then said, hey, let's throw it on 3rd and 5. Boom. Sack. Like, what are you doing? What's with this play calling? Why are they so conservative? This is not the Buffalo Bills team we've seen this season. What's going on with this play calling? Why are they starting out so conservative? 99 passing, 104 yards, 2 touchdowns. Yeah, that's what Joe Burrow has. They have not stopped this man at all. They can't stop the run. They can't stop the pass. Buffalo looks lost. Buffalo looks lost. Defense, they just look like they're a step behind. Offense doesn't look like they're engaged at all. And you get a result of this. Like, what the hell is going on with Buffalo? This is sad. This is really sad. Bengals and Cowboys Super Bowl? Yeah, I don't see y'all beating the Niners today. Good luck, though, but I don't see y'all beating the Niners. I think this is the end of the road for y'all. I said the 2 teams that y'all not going to beat is the Niners and the Eagles. Those are the 2 teams that are left. If you somehow beat the Niners, you would have to take on the Eagles. Yeah, I don't see you beating the Niners or the Eagles. But hey, good luck. Let's see what the Cowboys can do. I mean, I don't trust Dak against the Niners defense, but we'll see what happens with that. There's just nothing here. We will find out about Brock Purdy tonight. I mean, sure, but even Brock Purdy doesn't have to have a fantastic game for them to still win this. Like the Niners defense is so terrifying that they make the job so easy for Brock Purdy in that offense. And the weapons that he has around him, from Christian McCaffrey to Deebo Samuel to George Kittle to Brandon Ayuk, he has weapons all around. Brock Purdy just has to make sure. He just has to make sure that he just doesn't turn the ball over or do anything stupid. That's not a difficult thing to do if you just run the offense. You don't try to make any errant plays. You don't try to take risks. Did you get Greg to the airport? Someone else got Greg to the airport. I helped him pack up. 1st and 10. Look at Joe Burrow again. Oh, look at the drop. Come on, catch that. That's a 1st down. You got to catch that. That was a perfect throw by Burrow. You got to catch that. You're ruining his perfect completion. She was 9 of 9. I got the 49ers winning the entire thing. Yeah, I got the Niners going to the Super Bowl and most likely winning. I got the winner coming out of the NFC this year. Well, I mean, last year came out the NFC, so I guess this year we got to root for the AFC. But then again, I mean, the team I would have preferred to get there in Jacksonville's gone. And Buffalo, the other team I thought could get there, is right now pissing themselves. Incomplete. That's actually a good stop there on defense. 49ers probably will win and Cowboys will do Cowboy things. That's what I expect. The 49ers team that played has not been very good. They've played 2 winning teams in the regular season. Again, I trust that Niners defense. You can say whatever. I trust that Niners defense to get the job done. I saw what they did to a team like Miami with Tua healthy, and that team at that point was rolling. Everything was going well. Miami was one of the best teams in the AFC, trying to get the number 1 seed and win their division. They went to San Francisco, took on the Niners, and they were not the same team since. You could try to take away from the amount of talent what they bring to the table. I'm not going to. 3rd and 10. There's a catch. First down. Look at this. Bills versus 49ers Super Bowl? Yeah, if the Bills don't get themselves together, they're not going anywhere. They're going home. Look at this. He's a little late. But that man was open too. Yeah, Buffalo, again, is just not doing anything. Buffalo is doing nothing right now. Joe Burrow is killing this team. Like, Joe Burrow is legitimately just crushing this defense right now. He's killing them. They have no response, no answer, nothing to bring to the table. 10 completions to 7 different receivers. The man is dicing this defense up. 11 yards per completion for Joe Burrow. Are you kidding me right now? First down. Here comes another great throw. Down the field. What a catch by... Oh, he couldn't catch it. He had it initially. He couldn't hold on. What game are you more excited for? The AFC or NFC Championship? Oh, absolutely the NFC Championship game. I don't care if the AFC... Okay, if it's Kansas City and Cincinnati, I'm not really going to care. If it's Kansas City and Buffalo, that'll be more interesting to me. But for the most part, it just looks like it's going to be the NFC. Because if I think it's going to be the Eagles and Niners. And I've been waiting for this matchup the entire season. I've been waiting for the Eagles and Niners to take each other on. So I feel like that one is more exciting for me. I've been waiting for that matchup for quite some time. And I said that was going to be the matchup if Eagles get the 1 seed and Niners get the 2 seed. That is exactly what happened. So I'm not worried. I like the Eagles and Niners. I want those 2 teams to meet up in the NFC Championship game. And I believe that the winner of that game is going to go on to win the Super Bowl. 3rd down and 7 coming up here. If there's any time for this Bills defense to show up and make a stop, now would be the time. Can you show some guts? Can you show some pride? Can you get yourself together knowing the circumstances right now? Can you get the ball back to your offense that is doing nothing? Can this Bills defense stand up in the snow, down 14 in the divisional round, fighting to get to the AFC Championship game? Can they make a stop here, ladies and gentlemen? 3rd down and 7. Pressure's coming. Burrow takes a snap. Burrow looking. Burrow steps up. Nothing's there. He spins. He's going to be dropped. And the Bills defense finally shows up and makes a stop and gets the ball back to the offense. The Ravens shut this Bengals offense down last week. Yeah, because we actually know, 1, our defense matches up very well against what Cincinnati does. And 2, we understand Cincinnati a lot better than Buffalo does. We know Cincinnati's strengths and weaknesses. Doesn't mean you can stop it, but we know Cincinnati's strengths and weaknesses. As a divisional rival, we know what Cincinnati does good. We know what they do bad. They know what we do good, and they know what we do bad. We matched up, I told y'all last week, we matched up very well against what they do offensively. We just didn't have an offense to compete with them. And even in that game, the offense wasn't great, but it was good enough to help you potentially win until the fumble happened. Which, again, it is what it is at the end of the day. You know, if we win that playoff game, maybe Greg Roman's still here. You lose that playoff game, Greg Roman's gone. The future looks bright in Baltimore. You have a chance to completely retool this entire passing game, start from the basics, get a new offensive coordinator in here, and see what you can do. So the Greg Roman nightmare is gone, and I feel like a big part of that has to do with that playoff game. So if you win, I don't know if he goes anywhere. I'm dead serious. I think the Eagles have not faced any great teams. The Giants, I mean, they have. They faced off against the Cowboys. Okay, let me look at the schedules of these two, because we're about to go into the end of the first quarter. People are saying the Eagles and Niners didn't face off against any team, any good teams. Final play here. Are they actually going to throw the ball? First and 10. Allen. Pressure comes, and he's immediately sacked. Well, that's how you start off this drive. And they're going to go to the second quarter after Josh Allen gets sacked. So after one full quarter, the Cincinnati Bengals are in complete control, up 14-0. Bills have the ball. Let's see what they can do on this drive. So let's see who they took on. Okay, Lions, Vikings, Commanders, Jaguars, Cardinals, Cowboys. Cowboys is a good team. Steelers, Texans, Commanders, Colts, Packers, Titans, Giants, Bears, Cowboys. Again, though that they lost that one, they didn't have Jalen Hurts. Saints, Giants, and then they took the Giants on again. I mean, the Cowboys. I mean, I don't know. How many great teams are in the league, though? If you don't consider the Dallas Cowboys a great team or the Minnesota Vikings a great team based on what they performed on in the regular season, then I guess you could say Philly didn't go up against any great teams, but again, that just means the only great team that you have in the NFC would be the San Francisco 49ers, because they took on the Vikings, who were the 3 seed. They took on the Cowboys, who were the 4 seed. Sorry, they took on the Cowboys, who were the 5th seed. They took on the Giants, who were the 6th seed. How they took on did they take on the Seahawks? No, they did not face off against the Seahawks. But they faced off against damn near every NFC playoff team in the regular season, and they won most of those matches for the most part. Well, they lost the Cowboys once that second time around, but again, they weren't healthy. They didn't have Jalen Hurts. And the Giants, they had no problem with the Giants. So again, I don't see, if you're saying that they didn't go up against a great team, the only great team in the NFC they could have gone up against would be the Niners, and that just didn't happen. And then you look at San Francisco. People say they didn't go up against any great teams. Looking at the San Francisco 49ers schedule for the most part, in terms of who they went up against, they took on the Bears, the Seahawks, the Broncos, the Rams. Okay, those aren't good teams, at least not this year. Seahawks are actually a pretty good team, but they're not a great team. Panthers, Falcons, Chiefs. They lost that game against the Chiefs, but again, at that point, Brock Purdy wasn't the quarterback. That was what's his name? Jimmy Garoppolo. Garoppolo was the quarterback at that time, and then Brock Purdy, I'm pretty sure, came in and played a little, but it was Jimmy Garoppolo. Rams, Chargers, Cardinals. Chargers made the playoffs. Dolphins made the playoffs. Buccaneers, Seahawks, Commanders. How many great teams? I would have to ask, how many great teams are in the league when you're saying they haven't played up against any great teams? How many great teams are in the league? When you look at the AFC, people will say maybe 3 great teams based on how they've looked over the last couple years. The Chiefs, Bills, and Bengals will be the only 3 great teams you can look at. Second and 13 here. Allen steps into it, fires, caught by Diggs. First down. They needed that. That's a big one right there for them. So, I mean, if you're looking at the AFC, you could say 3 great teams based on how they played. Bengals, Bills, Chiefs. And then in the in the NFC, you will look at the Niners and the Eagles based on that. That was their first down compared to 10 first downs for Cincinnati. So how much would you sit back and say? I feel like a lot of people just try to... I understand you're not going to go up against the best of the best, but still, I'm not going to take away what happened. Josh Allen takes off because nothing's there. He gets tackled, picks up a couple yards, second down. So saying the Eagles have not faced off against any great teams, are you talking about it just in the postseason in general? Because they were the number 1 seed, so the Giants just happened to be the team they went up against. Our defense is better than the Bills without Von Miller. That can be a debate, and I wouldn't disagree with you there. Bills offense looking so off. They're just not playing well at all. Second and 6, Allen fires, caught. Got it to Davis. And another first down picked up by them. Should have been us against the Chiefs. Yeah, well, I'm glad it's not us against the Chiefs, because if we would have won, we would have got destroyed by the Chiefs, and Greg Roman probably would still be here despite that. The Bills were the preseason Super Bowl champs. I don't know if I want to say that. There's a lot of people will probably call us the preseason Super Bowl champs because we never lost a preseason game. We haven't lost a preseason game in like 7 years. First and 10, Allen. Quick throw. It's caught. This is what you guys do best. This is what you guys do best. You guys don't run the ball well. You throw the ball. Just do that. Obviously you're one-dimensional, But the passing game is where you guys have done your damage. Coming out and running back-to-back run plays is not your offense. You can't be doing things that you guys weren't normally doing in the regular season all of a sudden in the playoffs. That's how you get eliminated quickly. What are you doing? 2nd and 3. Quick fake. Throws to Beasley. Beasley picking up a first down. There you go. These are the plays we've seen from the Bills all season. No more Roman and focus on the issues. We'll see if that happens. Mahomes is literally in his own tier. I don't know why some people were taking Allen over him before the season started. Because Allen has, his arm is just as strong as Mahomes, and he has the athleticism. But Mahomes just has an it factor that no one else in the league has right now. So, again, he's just different. Like, you see him on the field, you just see he's different. I would have liked to see that the Chiefs' offense would have moved the ball against Mike McDonald. I think our defense could have slowed down the Chiefs if we had Lamar. Allen just has to throw that away. I mean, we would have seen, but we didn't have Lamar. Had we had Lamar, no one would have had a problem. We probably would have beat Cincinnati and gone on to Kansas City. Then again, if we had Lamar, we probably would have won the division in the first place, and maybe we're in Buffalo instead of Kansas City. Who knows? I think the Cowboys' front seven can get after Brock Purdy. We're going to find out real soon. We got a couple hours till that game starts. We could tell Bengals trash talkers the only reason we lost was to release Roman. I don't feel the need to talk trash with the Bengals. I have no interest in going back and forth with them. I don't go back and forth with them on a regular basis, so I don't really care what they have to say, so I don't listen to that nonsense. 2nd and 10, they're going to run the ball here. They have all the space, but again, they're just not a good running team. We will find out how good the 49ers defense is tonight. I believe so. Diggs, he might send his contract, or they might trade him because their linebacker, he's hitting free agency next year for the Ravens. Page Smith, that matters money. It might be hard for other teams to keep. What? So Diggs might send his I'm signed or I'm not fully sure what you're trying to express here. 3rd and 2, they ran the ball and they picked up the first. Oh, he might be close. They might have made a stop. I can't not stand anybody in the Ravens. I cannot stand anybody in the Ravens division, that's a double negative here, bro. You said I can't not stand anybody in the Ravens division. How would you rank AFC quarterbacks? That's a good question. That's actually a good question. I still have Mahomes as 1. They're going to go for this on 4th down. Let me see how this plays out here. Please don't run this ball. Quarterback sneak, there you go. I'm fine with that. Quarterback sneak is fine. You can't just stand the Ravens division? You can't stand the Ravens division? Okay. Mahomes would be 1. This is a very interesting one here. Because now, it felt like in the past, you could put Allen at number 2. But now, just based on experience and how they've looked over the last 2 years, there could be a real argument made between Allen and Burrow. I mean, I know we could just bring in talent. If we're bringing in talent, obviously Lamar is going to be. If we're bringing in talent, we can obviously put in Lamar in this conversation. 1st and 10, Allen dodging pressure, taking off. Allen picking up a couple yards. He was already down, so that's not a fumble. And the flag's on the play. I really don't know how I would rank him right now. I would look at Mahomes at number 1. Talent-wise, makes me sit back and say Allen number 2, and then based on the last 2 years and what these guys have been able to accomplish, again, the best ability is availability. I gotta give credit to Joe Burrow. He got to the Super Bowl last year, and again, here he is in the divisional round. So I really gotta look at this and say for the most part, I would look at you gotta look at the 3. Mahomes, Allen, and Burrow. However you feel about that is however you feel. Then past that, you got to look at, obviously, the next tier, which would be where you're going to see Lamar, Justin Herbert. I think Trevor Lawrence is starting to get himself in that conversation. But Trevor Lawrence just had his breakout year this year, so I'm not willing to put him in there yet. So I'd probably say the first tier would be those 3 because of how they've been over the last couple of years. And then the second tier, which isn't that far off from the first tier, it's just that the first tier has been more accomplished than the second tier. I would look at Justin Herbert and Lamar Jackson at that second tier. So you can put Lamar at 4 or 5, however you feel about it. But yeah, and then past that, you can go into the Trevor Lawrences. You can look at the 2 and stuff like that. But for me personally, Lamar is just the X factor in all of this because he's been the one, out of all the quarterbacks we've named, he's had the worst weapons out of all of them. Allen, Going for it all. End zone. Oh, he actually, never mind. He actually went for his first and goal. I thought he was going for it all because he was eyeing that end zone. But nah, it's first and goal instead. Big play. He got into the red zone. Big play because it looked like he was eyeing it. Diggs looked like he had something there. Diggs, I thought he was going for Diggs, but nah. They got the first and goal anyway. But first and goal coming up here. But yeah, Lamar is the X factor because Lamar has had arguably the worst offensive coordinator. Not even arguably. He's had the worst offensive coordinator than compared to all the other top tier quarterbacks. He's had the worst weapons to work with, despite, he's just had the worst out of all of them. First and goal, they're going to run the ball, and Cincinnati's defense is all over it. Because again, you look at the other people's weapons. Ravens' weapons, arguably, they have the worst receiving core in the league. You can make an argument for them having the worst receiving core in the league. And they had an offensive coordinator that doesn't actually know how to do anything in the pass game. We had the worst passing scheme in football and one of the worst receiving rosters in football. Lamar had to make that crap work. So if you put Lamar with good weapons, like Joe Burrow has, like Patrick Mahomes has, like Josh Allen has, and you put them in the good offensive system, like Mahomes, like Burrow. Here comes Allen taking off. Like Allen got close. He's down at the 1. That's what I'm saying. If you give Lamar weapons and you give him a good passing scheme, let me see what he can do then, and we can revisit this conversation. But I've seen Lamar win an MVP and lead the league in touchdown passes with much less. Just saying, just based on the talent. And he did that in 15 games. I know the talent ability of this guy. So again, if you put him in a great system and you put him with weapons, I would love to see how he looks. Third down and goal. They're probably going to quarterback sneak this. Allen takes it in. Touchdown. Yeah, Lamar had 36 touchdowns. He had 36 touchdowns and 6 interceptions his MVP season. But Buffalo finally finds the end zone. Touchdown here. Mahomes or Prime Rodgers? This is a tough question. This is somewhat of a tough question, but I feel like Mahomes at least has to have the edge. Now, Prime Rodgers is probably the greatest thrower of the football we've ever seen. From a talent perspective, he's the greatest thrower of the football we've ever seen. But Mahomes has just been more successful than Rodgers. Now, granted, both of them do have a Super Bowl championship. But past 2010, Rodgers has not gotten to the Super Bowl. And if you look at his record in the NFC Championship game, it's just not there. So Mahomes is more accomplished, but Aaron Rodgers' talent was second to none. So this is a tough one. This is a very tough one. Because again, Mahomes just does plays we don't see people do. But Rodgers was doing that a decade before Mahomes was doing it. So I'm like, what do I deal with? Don't say Rodgers didn't have weapons. Don't say Aaron Rodgers in his prime didn't have weapons. Don't give me that. Don't give me that. Don't. Let's not pretend like he didn't have weapons. Let's not pretend like he didn't have weapons that were actually doing things. Let's not pretend that Aaron Rodgers in his prime didn't have weapons. We ain't finna do that. We not finna do that. The man had Jordy Nelson for one. You can say whatever you want. Randall Cobb, James Jones, Donald Driver. These guys were there. He had weapons. Let's not pretend Aaron Rodgers in his prime didn't have weapons. Aaron Rodgers and Greg Jennings. Oh, that's a great one. Him and Greg Jennings had such a great chemistry on the field, but the relationship off the field just wasn't there. And again, to this day, Greg Jennings is like, I don't even know how that happened. Starks is another great one. They had weapons. Do you think Mahomes would have gotten to the 5th straight AFC Championship game without Andy Reid? You need a great coach to maximize what's happening here. So do I think Mahomes would have gotten to 5 straight AFC Championship games without Andy Reid? That's an interesting question. I'm not fully sure that could be the case because, again, the coach is just as important as the player. This is Andy Reid's system they're implementing. So I don't know if you take away Andy Reid from Kansas City, I don't even think Kansas City's in contention. Like, even before Mahomes, Kansas City was winning the division and getting to the playoffs and at least winning a playoff game at times. So my answer would be no. I think Mahomes has the talent to. Obviously, we're seeing it, but you need to have a coach to maximize that talent. And if you would have got a bad coach there, Mahomes wouldn't have been able to do much, especially if they're not able to make stops and the play calling is not where it needs to be. Lamar's 2019 year was one of the best ever. I mean, we already knew that. We already knew that. It's definitely it's a historical year. It's one of the best seasons we've ever seen from a quarterback. It was a historical year. Josh Allen on this drive, 5 of 6 for 66 yards passing, and he has a rushing touchdown. Making this a one-possession game. It's a 7-point game, a one-possession game. Now things can get more interesting. We have a football game here, ladies and gentlemen. Now the Bills' defense can get some momentum. They've had plenty of time to rest. Let's see if they can get them off the field and get the ball back to Buffalo to see if Buffalo can tie this game up at 14 apiece. Why are you showing me this? Tom Brady finally had a bad season because Todd Bowles is a poor coach. Tom Brady didn't play well. I mean, yeah, the coaching wasn't great. So coaching wasn't great, but I mean, Tom Brady's not necessarily. Tom Brady's kind of past needing coaching individually for his play. The team needed the coaching, but Brady doesn't need coaching. But the coaching wasn't great. The talent wasn't the best, but Brady himself contributed to their downfall because he did not play well. Like, Brady last year, the talent last year was clearly different from the Super Bowl year. Like, the way they played last season compared to how they played in their Super Bowl year, there was a drop-off. But Brady was still Brady, and he was still slinging the football. This year, Brady was just off. He really looked his age this year. And that offense did not look good. Do you think we can get Mike Evans? I don't know. I'm not here to talk about off-season acquisitions. We'll see what happens once the Super Bowl's passed, and then we'll talk about free agency and the off-season stuff once that does hit. 2nd and 6 here. Burrow takes a snap. Look towards his right. There's a man open. There's Hayden Hurst. Hayden Hurst picks up a first down. If we get anyone, we get anyone. But I'm personally not here to talk about the Ravens pickups or the Ravens offseason plans. Not doing that in the playoff game. No. I have no interest in talking about the Ravens' specific future, what they can acquire, what they cannot acquire. I'm not interested in talking about that when I'm watching the Bills and the Bengals go at it to see who gets to the AFC Championship game. I'll wait till after the season's ending to talk about that. But now, not really interested in doing that. Rodgers severely underachieved on the team basis individually, though he's been good. Well, that defense has never been great. The one time the defense was great, look at Mixon. Look at Joe Mixon. First down picked up. But, yeah, I mean, you can say Rodgers severely underachieved, but also you have to remember that Rodgers, for much of his career, did not have a good defense. I mean, the only time the defense was top 10 during his prime, the one year they were top 10, or at least top 15, they went to the Super Bowl and won. His defense has not been good, and this cost him a lot of games in the playoffs. It has really cost him a lot of games in the playoffs. Of course, he could have been better in those situations, but there's a lot of times where that defense just folded in the worst moments when you needed them to make stops. 1st and 10 here. Burrow going deep. He has a man. Jamar Chase was open, but it was overthrown. 2nd and 10. Brady was looking like Breeze in his last year. Lots of balls in the dirt. Pretty much. It's just throwing. There were plenty of throws where it's like Brady last year would have put that in stride or put that right where it needed to be between the defense. And then you see it this year. He's just throwing it in the dirt. He's like 10 yards off from where the receiver is. He's underthrowing it severely. And everyone's like, bro, Brady is just like not there at all. Yeah, they did have Darren Waller at some point. In fact, this is where he originally was before they, at some point they kind of just moved off him. Look at this right here. They're not guarding tight ends. Hayden Hurst has been killing them all game. They're not guarding the middle of the field. This is just not a good look. The good news is for Buffalo is that they do technically get the ball back coming out of halftime because Cincinnati started with the ball first. So everything that's happening here, I would hope you don't give up another touchdown. But if that ends up being the case potentially, with the time that's left on the clock, if you can go downfield and score a touchdown, you'll get the ball coming out of halftime. What's going on there, Ron? How you doing, bro? Appreciate you stopping by. 1st and 10 here. Burrow looking. Quick toss here. Look at the blocks. Look at this, man. They're not able to get to these guys. They're not able to get to these guys. They're gaining yardage every time the ball is tossed. I'm saying, ask Buffalo, we're not keeping Diggs next year. I don't know if that's the case or not. If you get rid of Diggs, who's going to be Josh Allen's main target? Who are you going to replace Stephon Diggs with? He's the main catalyst in your passing game. Who are you going to throw to? I mean, you're still gonna have Davis, you're still gonna have Knox, but you know the number one person is Diggs on this offense, and you take him away, that's going to be a problem. 2nd and 2, look at the run up the middle, easy first down, and now they're in the red zone. Buffalo is again doing nothing. You made one good stop, and you failed to show up past that. This defense is doing nothing to help you. This defense is doing absolutely nothing to help you, and it's showing. It's really showing. Defense is doing nothing to help you, and it's showing. I think our defense played better than the Bills. Yeah, because we matched up really well against what the Cincinnati offense likes to do. Meanwhile, the Bills kind of just look lost. And I would sit back and say it's a little bit unfair given the circumstances because they are playing in snow. And everyone knows defensively it's tough to play in snow. Nothing happened there. They sent pressure, and Burrow just had to throw it in the dirt. How would you rank the NFC quarterbacks? Man, that's actually a tough one. Because, I mean, I'm looking at every aspect here. From the NFC North, Aaron Rodgers, talent-wise, technically could still be seen as the best. But then, you look past that. You're looking at Jared Goff. You're looking at Kirk Cousins. You're looking at Justin Fields. I have no idea how to rank any of these guys. NFC South, Brady, Sam Darnold, who technically took over because Baker Mayfield's gone. Marcus Mariota, who kind of went away. He kind of stepped away. And I don't remember who the quarterback was. And then who else played in that division? Mixon, breaking out with a run. I said Tom Brady, Sam Darnold. Oh, the Saints. 1 minute it's Jameis. The other minute it's Andy Dalton. The other minute it's Taysom Hill. You don't know who the quarterback's going to be. I really don't know how to rank the quarterbacks in the NFC. I don't. NFC North is not that confusing, but NFC South is completely confusing. NFC East, okay, that's a lot more clear. Carson Wentz was a starter, but I mean, Heineke performed better. And then you look at Daniel Jones, you look at Dak Prescott, and then you look at Jalen Hurts. Jalen Hurts performed the best. Out of the four, Jalen Hurts was the best quarterback in the NFC East this year. Then you could look more towards Dak Prescott and then Daniel Jones, and then you can look at Heineke or Carson Wentz, whoever the hell you want to throw there. And then you look at the NFC West, and you're going to have, well, for a good chunk you had Jimmy Garoppolo, but now you have Brock Purdy. We don't exactly know how good Brock Purdy is specifically. We don't know how good Brock Purdy is. That is a question we're trying to figure out. So we don't know how good he is. Geno Smith played fantastic. This is easily the best year of his career. He looked like a Pro Bowl quarterback. And then you look at Kyler Murray, who did not have a great year. And then you look at Matthew Stafford, who did not have a great year, got hurt, and then Baker Mayfield took over. And I just don't know how things are going to turn out there. Who do you think Kansas City will face? Well, I picked the Bills to win this game, so I got to stick with my pick. But Cincinnati's doing a damn good job making sure that doesn't happen. Hurts might be the best quarterback of the NFC. Based on how he performed this year, the argument can be made. The argument can definitely be made. Though I don't know if you want to crown him after 1 year, because people aren't willing to crown other quarterbacks after 1 year. Quick throw to Jamar Chase on 3rd and 4, and obviously it worked. See, if you're gonna have Jamar Chase, then you gotta be ready. They just weren't ready. 1st and goal. Cincinnati is going to score. Buffalo, you have 3 timeouts. You have 3 timeouts. You have 3 timeouts. Figure it out. Hurts is getting carried by Kelsey. What? What? Hurts is getting carried by Kelsey? Jason Kelsey? How so? How is he getting carried by Jason Kelsey exactly? Please explain how so. I know you trolling. But, let me hear. I would love to hear. How is Jalen Hurts getting carried by Jason Kelsey? The Chiefs shocked me how their pass defense played good. Are they good or really good or great? Yeah, but he has so much time in the pocket, it's insane. So that means he got carried by him? The offensive line just did their job. It's not like it's a situation where he was just throwing the ball to Jason Kelsey. And again, you can have all the time in the world in the pocket. If you don't deliver the ball accurately down the field, it's not going to matter. There are plenty of quarterbacks that got plenty of time in the pocket. There are plenty of quarterbacks that get plenty of time in the pocket, but they'll still throw picks. Having plenty of time in the pocket is definitely great to give you time to sit back and really look down the field and see if you can get someone open. But it's not going to matter if your quarterback is not accurate enough to get the ball down the field and he's not consistent enough. Why couldn't they replicate the same magic with Minshew? Jalen is the determined factor of the Eagles' success. Yeah, when Gardner Minshew was in, they did not look like the same team. They lost to the Cowboys because of that. So I don't know how you would say Jason Kelsey's carrying because he's doing a great job blocking. I don't know about that. Rodgers throws a lot better if he did not break his thumb. I mean, yeah, but at the same time, I mean, Aaron Rodgers, it's not like it's a surprise to see Aaron Rodgers choking in January games. I guess if he doesn't break his thumb, he'll make the playoffs, but he'll get destroyed in the first round by the Niners, so I don't know which would have been a better situation for him. Do you think Mike McDonald comes back? They didn't fire him, so why would they if they were going to get rid of him, they would have got rid of him with Roman. Why would they get rid of him now? He's a rookie defensive coordinator, and they've showed no dissatisfaction with what he's done. And again, if you look at how the Ravens defense played in the second half, they were more than fine with what he happened. Why would they get rid of Mike McDonald? Why are you showing me things I don't want to see? You already showed me the Tyler Boyd touchdown. Now you're showing me the fumble from last week. It's still bitter to see. It's still bitter to see. That's a block on the back, and they didn't call that. It's still bitter to see. But again, I'm fine with it because Greg Roman's gone. If it takes losing a playoff game to Cincinnati to get rid of Greg Roman, I was all for it. At the time, I wasn't because I didn't think he was going to get fired. But hindsight is 20/20. He's gone, and I think this game contributed to that. It is what it is. He lost to the Commanders. Okay, so the one game he lost means that all of a sudden he's terrible? I don't know what to say. I mean, I think he lost one game this season. Them winning a difference of one game changes nothing. It kind of seems like you're just trying to push an agenda here for your Jalen Hurts dislike or non-belief of him. Nothing there, second and goal. This is where you need to make a stop. The worst Butterfingers play in Ravens history. No. I think a lot of people will sit back and say Lee Evans dropping the AFC Championship game was the worst Butterfingers play. Even though it wasn't that terrible, the fact that he couldn't hold onto the ball in that crucial of a moment in the end zone, when all you got to do is get 2 feet fully down, and that's considered a touchdown. The fact that he couldn't hold onto the football there, yeah, people never forgave Lee Evans for that. Could have gone to the Super Bowl that year. Third down and goal. This is where your defense got to make a stop. Make it a 17-7 game, and you got a chance here. Empty backfield. Burrow is doing nothing with that because they put a flag there. False start on the offense. It's too loud for them to hear. False start on the offense. Boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Things are getting interesting here in Buffalo. Offensive start. False start. Offensive false start. Here we go. Third down and goal. They got pushed back 5 yards. This is where you need the Buffalo defense to stand up and stand tall. Buffalo still has all 3 timeouts. It could easily go down the field, score a touchdown, and make this a 3-point game. But you can't give up a touchdown here to have that happen. Going into halftime down 3 would be perfect for Buffalo. That'd be bad for Cincinnati because they've had control of this game for the most part. Third and goal. Here we go. Touchdown. Jamar Chase. Second touchdown of the game. Joe Burrow. Perfect throw on that play. 6th career game with 2+ receiving touchdowns, regular and postseason. Joe Burrow was perfect with that throw. 2 defenders there, and not a single one could stop him. That is a perfect throw and a hell of a catch. 13 plays, 75 yards. Buffalo's defense played like crap. Got embarrassed again. Now with 3 timeouts left in the minute 51, what you need to do, if you're the Buffalo Bills, what you need to do is score a touchdown. They're going to review this? 1, 2, 3.
good as we've seen, and I think what we're looking for right now is the football, and does he have firm control? The ball does move.
I mean, the ball is moved, but it never touches the ground.
He still has to have that firm control, right, with 2 feet in bounds. This is very difficult because the ball
Oh, wow.
right here, and Milano reaches in and pushes it.
Oh, wow. What?
Not technically grasped fully yet. Here we go. Watch right here, Gene.
Oh, the ball's moving.
Hand for him. Okay.
The ball is moving.
Spinning there,
Oh, no.
and he reaches his hand up. I don't
The,
know if that looks like a catch. It's out of his hands when it finally gets to his
the
back.
ball is moving.
That's the toughest part.
This is tough. I don't know how they're going to call this, but the ball's moving. You have to be able to maintain full possession of the football as you're going down to the ground. The ball never comes out of his hands, but the ball is moving as he's like falling out of the end zone. So now they have to see if he maintains full possession there. Because if the ball's moving, that could potentially... He did have the 2 feet down, but the ball was moving at the time. So is that a clean possession catch right there? This is going to be a tough call. I don't know if it's enough to overturn, but the ball moving definitely makes this questionable.
Touchdown, right? He moves it. Does he control it right there? So this is the part right here, Gene. Let's talk about this. Go back to when he catches this ball. After review, the receiver lost control.
Oh my God. It's not a catch. They ruled it as an incomplete play. Wow. The touchdown is taken off, and they're going to have to settle for 3. Damn. That was a hell of a throw by Joe Burrow. And if Jamar Chase could just hold on to it without the ball moving, because the ball was moving. If Jamar Chase could just barely hold on, it's a different conversation. But the ball is definitely moving. Do you think Josh Allen, Joe Burrow, or Mahomes could pass the ball against the 2000 Ravens, 85 Bears, 2002? Yeah. Absolutely. If they're playing in today's rules. Are they playing in today's rules? Why was I out of frame on the camera? I was really just like chilling out. Do I think they can pass on this team? Yeah. First of all, what weapons are they throwing to? Let me know the weapons they're throwing to. That's number one. Number two, are we playing by 2000 rules? Or are we playing by today's rules? Oh, yeah, if you're talking about the 85, you guys always bring up these legendary teams, and they were definitely legendary. No one's going to match them. But they were legendary for their time, which was a different, much more aggressive version of football than we play today. With the rules of football today, the 2000 Ravens, the 85 Bears, the 2002 Tampa Bay Buccaneers, they probably wouldn't be able to play in this era because of their style of play. They would have got flagged 15 times over in the first quarter. Just the things they were doing back then, you can't do now. So if they're playing in this era's rules, yeah, I think they could score on them. They could pass the ball against them. But I still think that defense will be good enough to make good enough stops to where your offense could do something. Bro, that was a touchdown. Here's the thing. This is where it gets tough. He caught the ball. He caught the ball. Had 2 feet. He caught the ball, and both feet were in bounds. But the ball was moving. The ball was moving. The one touch that caused the ball to move. As he's falling out of bounds, the ball's moving. The ball's moving. And once the ball's moving, they're going to say you didn't fully possess it. Because when he first caught it, it wasn't fully possessed. Then he tried to tuck it in to possess it, and then the ball got smacked as he's trying to go out of bounds. It's not a full possession. That's just how it is. It's unfortunate. I didn't think they'd overrule it, but because the ball was moving as he's falling to the ground and as he's falling out of bounds, they're going to rule it as not a touchdown. I'm 24. What am I talking? I'm 23. I don't even know my own age nowadays. But yeah, I mean, it's just unfortunate, but just a touchdown right there, taken off because the ball was moving. It's a tough call. It's a really tough call. It's a really tough call. It's a really tough call. And you've definitely seen a lot of football for your age. You have definitely seen a lot of football. But it's a tough call. It's definitely a tough call here in this situation. But the ball was moving. The ball was moving. I don't want to give out my specific location. I'll just say that. I said I live in Maryland. I'm not going to tell you where I live in Maryland, so I cannot answer that specific question. So I mean that just gives me at least some. But I do live in Maryland. I'll say that at least. Because I mean I've put that out there before. But I ain't gonna say what specific county I'm in. Not PG, not Montgomery, not how. I'm not gonna say none of the counties. All right, Buffalo. You got saved. It's a 10-point game. It's a 10-point game. Legitimately, it's a 10-point game. All right, Buffalo. What do you have on this drive here? This has to be a touchdown drive for you. If you're Buffalo, you got 3 timeouts, a minute 43 left. You have to score a touchdown here. Scoring a touchdown here takes you into halftime being down 3. And since Buffalo gets the ball back, you'll be right in the good spot to be able to come back and take control of this game. Cincinnati not getting that touchdown, which was unfortunate, but them not getting that touchdown really gives Buffalo a chance to really get back in this game. If they can make it a 3-point game, they're in a perfect position. 1st and 10 at their own 20. 3 timeouts left. A minute 43. No mistakes. A touchdown here makes it a 3-point game. Allen, to start things off, throws over the middle. It is caught. Got it to Knox. 2nd down coming up here. This is where things get very tough. I got to see what they're looking to do here because they're wasting clock already. They got the 3 timeouts, but, I mean, they're going to look to hold them here depending on the situation. 2nd and 5, over the middle, incomplete. What the hell was that? Oh, it got deflected. Okay. Bro, y'all can't go 3 and out here. Y'all know damn well y'all can't go 3 and out here. Don't matter if you have 3 timeouts. You cannot go 3 and out here. Oh, my God. That would be horrible if they go 3 and out here. Scored in the last 2 minutes of the first half in the last 4 playoff games. 2 touchdowns, 2 field goals. Well, you better score here. 3rd down and 5, empty backfield. Even if Josh Allen's got to take off, you cannot go 3 and out here. Allen. Caught. Got it to Knox. That was needed. Oh, my God, bro. They go. Cincinnati still had 2 timeouts left. If you got to punt the ball there, Cincinnati's going to put some points on before halftime. Even if it's a field goal. 1st and 10. Josh Allen 9 and 13, 86 yards. Knox 2 catches for 14 yards. Got to get something going here. Allen looking. Firing downfield. What a catch by Davis. What a catch by Davis. Perfect throw and catch. 65 seconds left. That is a big play for the Buffalo Bills. Oh, what a catch. 1, 2. He got both feet down. And look at Tony Romo just gushing over Josh Allen again like he always seems to do. 1st and 10. Allen. The ball gets batted. Incomplete. 2nd down coming up here. This is how they should have started. It's definitely how they should have started. Throwing the football is what they do best, and they know that. Got to be able to score a touchdown here. You got to score a touchdown here if you're Buffalo. Stop reminding me of that. That's a jump. They didn't call it. Allen, over the middle. Oh, my God. Tipped. Oh, my God. You got to make that catch. It should have been caught, but it was dropped, and it was almost picked off. 3rd down and 10. Oh, my God. 3rd and 10 on the way. Allen is standing in the pocket trying to deliver the ball, but nothing's getting there. If you can at least get a field goal, you need to score points. You need something on this drive. I don't know if you can pick up a 1st down here. You're at the 41-yard line. If you could pick up a good 6 or 7, you put yourself in field goal range, you could take a field goal here. It's not what you want. You want a 1st down. Buffalo still hasn't used a single timeout here. Empty backfield here for Josh Allen. If it's not there, bro, take off. Here we go. Allen. Allen. Looking. Firing downfield. Incomplete. Diggs was in the area. They could not connect, but there's a flag on the play. There's a flag on the play. Ooh. holding on the offense. What do you do if you're Buffalo? You're at the cusp of field goal range. You're at the cusp of field goal range. What do you do here? Do you just punt it? They're just gonna punt it. Wow.
Line up and at least see what coverage, see if I can draw them off sides, Jim, and try and get 5 yards. If I don't, I take the penalty 5 yards back and then punt.
They just punted it. They just punted it. Wow, they really just punted it. Nothing was there. They just punted it. So now Cincinnati with 40 seconds left and 2 timeouts. They're up 10. They have a chance to do something here. Buffalo has done little to nothing this entire first half. It's been a horrible look for them. They've been punched in the face. They look completely lost. All I can say is, wow, I was not expecting this to be the situation here. But damn, give credit to Cincinnati. You're up 10.
No problem. Hey, Cam. Same deal. Yeah, it's kind of our thing.
What if I'm new to AT&T?
Cam,
Shouldn't be surprised that the Bengals put up some more points. Yeah, no one's going to be surprised that they put up more points, given the circumstances. It could very well happen. It could very well happen.
Get up to $1,000 off on our most popular smartphone.
That's, man, that's rough. That's rough.
Do your own taxes online with H&R Block, and tax season feels just as good as all those other seasons, like football season.
If they could have just gotten a couple yards. Like, second down there, you got to catch the ball. Coming off the receiver's hands like that, you got to catch the ball.
I don't know if he was guilty or not.
I couldn't ignore public opinion.
I got caught up in the emotion of the trial.
I could have testified, but I got scared. I'm expected to be tough on crime.
I know my son was innocent.
I will never forget his final words. Forgive them.
Nah, this is, there's nothing here. There's just nothing here. Cincinnati is just straight up putting them down. If the Chargers get a different head coach, a new offensive coordinator, wide receivers that will stay on the field, and a good run defense, that'll be really good. That's a lot to ask for. A new head coach, a new offensive coordinator, wide receivers that will stay on the field, and a good run defense. That is a lot to ask for. That is not something you can fix all at once in one off season. That is, there's only a certain amount of things you can address on the team. So if that's what they need to fix to be really good, they're in trouble for the near future. They're not going to be able to fix all that in one off season. Especially knowing that soon they're going to have to pay Justin Herbert his money. Because his contract is coming up too. And they don't want to wait till the end. But yes, Cincinnati with the ball. I cannot believe Buffalo did not use a single one of their 3 timeouts. I honestly don't know what to say here. This is actually crazy. You had an opportunity to go down the field and score some points, and you didn't do anything. You didn't do anything with it. So the ball is on Cincinnati's own 9-yard line. 2 timeouts left, 40 seconds. If you can get to field goal range, you get into field goal range. Joe Burrow might start by taking a shot here on first down, so I wouldn't be surprised if that's the case here. If he can get the protection. Yep. Oh, he's just going to check it down. Smart play. Wow, the lineman does a better job of stopping him than the actual defenders. Buffalo's defense has been awful. Like, Buffalo's defense has been awful. A first down pick. The Buffalo's defense has been awful. They've done absolutely nothing. It's been a shame. How many more years before somebody else wins the Chiefs division? It'll happen. I mean, I don't know. Mahomes and Andy Reid have had that. First of all, Andy Reid's had that division on lockdown for a good chunk of years with Alex Smith. Now he has the quarterback that can just get him over the top every year. I don't know if there's another team that's going to win that division. That's where things get very tough. I don't know if there's another team that can win it. The closest I see is the Chargers, but the Chargers, they choke too many games down the stretch for me to trust. Cincinnati's going to call a timeout here on 2nd and 5 coming up here. They're trying to get into field goal range. Buffalo's not going to use a single one of their timeouts because they've done virtually nothing the entire first half. This has just been a damn shame. Buffalo gets the ball back, so I mean, maybe you could do something in the second half to get yourself into this, but you had a chance to potentially put up at least a field goal to make it a 7-point game. Bills have done nothing. Think about this. Total yards against Baltimore in the wild card. They had 234 total yards in the wild card round against us on offense. They have wow, this is disgusting. This is disgusting. As a Ravens fan, you gotta be disgusted by what you're seeing, because you really sitting there thinking, man, we really had Lamar, we would have won this game. We held them to 234 yards total. We outran. We had more yards than they did, and we made better plays. Yeah, this Buffalo defense ain't doing nothing. What about Denver if they get Sean Payton? I mean, I guess maybe things turn around with Russell Wilson, because Russell Wilson was one of the biggest issues last year. Unless I don't know, you would have to see it if they turn it around. If they turn it around, Russell Wilson gets back to being his old self. If they get Sean Payton and Russell Wilson gets back to being his old self, maybe you get a difference here. Now I feel more confident we'll be great next season if things go away. Yeah, just get a new offensive coordinator and get a new offensive coordinator, sign Lamar long term, and get some weapons, and we're good to go. We will be contending next year, no question. Because the defense, for the most part, maybe you want to add something on the front seven, get that D-line, especially with your interior pressure, not knowing the future of Calais Campbell. Add to the pass rush, not knowing the future of Justin Houston. And maybe add a corner, not knowing the future of Marcus Peters. Besides that, just add receivers and get a new offensive coordinator, and you're good. 1st and 10 here, look at Burrow. He has all the time in the world to try and step up. Nothing's there. He's just going to take off. He's going to keep taking off. He's going to keep taking off. And he's going to get into what's it called? Bills. This is disgusting. The Buffalo Bills defense has been embarrassed. They didn't have enough time here. If Joe Burrow could have gotten out of bounds, they would have had enough time to maybe get a quick throw or something. But they didn't have enough time, so they're going to go for a Hail Mary here. If the Bills lose, I will look forward to all these analysts cop their pleas. Many of them had the Bills in the Super Bowl. Yeah, a lot of us people had the Bills in the Super Bowl. I mean, I picked the Bills to get to the Super Bowl, but I wouldn't be surprised if Cincinnati upsets them. I did say this was going to be a tough game, and the Bills would have to be at their A game. So I'm not surprised. I'm not interested in getting Josh Jacobs because you're going to have to pay him. I'm not interested in getting Josh Jacobs. J.K. Dobbins and Gus Edwards are perfectly fine. It's interesting to go pick up a great player until you have to pay him. The amount of money Josh Jacobs wants for his production, we can't afford him. And I'm not about to pay that top quality money to a running back when you have 2 great backs on the team already. That doesn't make sense. So I have no interest in getting Josh Jacobs. They're gonna have to go for a Hail Mary here with 2 seconds left. Here we go. Here's the Hail Mary, ladies and gentlemen. Burrow steps up. He gets it out there. Here we go. Incomplete. Not interested in... As a me personally, I'm just not interested in getting Josh Jacobs. That's just me. I'm not interested. We can't afford him. Not trying to pay a running back top tier money when you have J.K. Dobbins and Gus Edwards. I'm fine with our running game. Why are you not live shot? Well, I wasn't home at the time. The Chiefs and the Jaguars, I wasn't home at the time. I was out during that time, so I wasn't home at the time to live stream that game yesterday. But you want to just see one running back running the game, it would be Dobbins for me. I mean, I'm perfectly fine having a duo. Again, Cleveland has a duo that works well with Nick Chubb and Kareem Hunt. If you want to give most of the carries to J.K. Dobbins and say he's the better back, I'm fine. But you want to have that number 2. And again, with the Cowboys, they have that 1-2 punch. Maybe it's not the best that works, but you have Zeke and you have Pollard. You want to have that 1-2 punch. Are you streaming the Niners? Of course. I have to be here for the potential Cowboys' demise. And if the Cowboys win, I will witness them getting to the NFC title game for the first time since, 95? I wasn't born the last time they made it to the NFC Championship game. I want to see that happen. And if it doesn't happen, I can just laugh at the Cowboys' pain for failing for another year. So, yeah, I am going to be here for this Niners-Cowboys game. Anyway, it is halftime here. I will be heading out just to handle some things, but I'll be back. I'll say this for the most part. Buffalo played a terrible first half. That defense should be ashamed. They gave up more yards in the first half than Baltimore gave up the entire game. That should tell you something. And yes, I know. I understand. I fully understand that they're playing in the snow, and that's why I gave them leniency. But damn, you don't see that stopping the Bengals defense. And Buffalo, y'all supposed to be used to playing in the snow. Cincinnati don't play in the snow like that. Y'all supposed to be the ones that are used to playing in the snow. Yet here you are in your own home stadium getting beat like this. Go figure things out. You guys get the ball to start the second half. It's a 10-point game. Go figure things out, Buffalo. With that being said, I will see you guys in the second half. We are back at it, and Buffalo is on the field looking to get something going. You're down 10. I don't know what happened in that locker room. Honestly, don't care about what happened in that locker room. It's time to re-engage. If you're Buffalo, it's time to re-engage. You're down 10. You're down 10. Go score a touchdown. You're down 10. 2nd and 6. Allen over the middle. Caught. 1st down. First down and 10 here for the Buffalo Bills. Start off by running it here on 1st down. Man, they can't get anything going in the run game. They legitimately can't get anything going in the run game. And it shows. But they got something here on this one. They are trying to get this run game going, which I understand, but damn, you got to do better than this. Singletary, 4 rushes for 12 yards. Second down and 4 here for the Buffalo Bills. Allen takes it under center. Hands the ball off, surprisingly, and Singletary picks up the 1st. They're trying to get this run game going. They are really trying to get this run game going. 1st down here for the Bills. Again, this really comes down to what the defense can do. Because, I mean, if the offense can start getting going, the defense is going to have to be able to respond. If they can't respond, you're as good as cooked. 1st down and 10. They are in Bengals. What happened? What happened? Okay, well, I don't know what just happened there. I guess they were fixing Davis's jersey or something. 1st down and 10. They're inside Cincinnati territory here. 12:45 left to go here in the 3rd quarter. Got to see what happens here. The snow continues to pour down in Buffalo. And it doesn't look like it's going to stop anytime soon. All right, let's get it going now. Don't know what happened there earlier, but okay. 1st and 10. Allen takes snap, looking towards his left. Pressure's coming. Allen gets away. He fires. It's caught. Shakir picking up the 1st down. They continue to move the ball down the field. They're trying to get back into the rhythm of their style of football. They're trying to get back into the rhythm of their game. Allen just dodges the pressure, pushes the pressure away, and just finds a receiver. That's what you want to see. 1st down and 10 here. Since Buffalo's at the Cincinnati 31-yard line here. So they're in field goal range, but you want a touchdown out of this drive. Allen is going to roll to his left. Nothing there. And he's going to pick up 2 yards. 2nd down coming up here for the Bills. They got to be able to get themselves together. For much of this game, they haven't exactly played up to their standard. That 1st half was not a good look on them, but this 2nd half could easily be the one to fix it for them if they can get themselves together. 2nd down and 8 coming up here. Allen in the shotgun. Fakes the run. Nothing there. Now he's going to take off. Allen picking up extra yards and making this a 3rd down and short situation. They tried to get him down. He would have probably picked up about 3, but he picks up an extra 2 yards because they're not able to get him down initially. Nothing was open on the right side, so he just took off. Allen really keeping his feet there, just grinding for these extra yards. 3rd down and 2 coming up here. 12 and 19, 136 yards passing, 17 rush yards. and a rushing touchdown. That is what Josh Allen has done today so far in this game. 10:40 left to go here in the third quarter. Plenty of time left in this game. It's far from over. Buffalo is driving 3rd and 2 here. Can they convert this here? Allen. This was a design run by the quarterback, and Allen stretches the arm and picks up the first down. And Buffalo continues to move the chains on this drive here in the third quarter. He's putting everything on the line on this drive because he knows they have to score here. They have to score here. They legitimately have to score here. No matter what happens, they got to score here. And they know it. 1st down and 10. Allen takes a snap. Allen looking, firing towards his right. Does he got his man? Incomplete. Diggs was there. It wasn't completely open. There was contact. But he just ran out of space. He just ran out of space there at the end of the day. He just ran out of space. Diggs had it. He just ran out of space.
Just barely out wide. It's a perfectly thrown ball, but it's a little wide. It's one of those you almost needed to get up a touch earlier.
Wait, how is it a perfectly thrown ball but it's wide? Are you good, Romo? What do you mean it's a perfectly thrown ball but it's out wide? What?
I know last time you've done that, you didn't help them up. No, you always have.
So Diggs is kind of down right now. We'll see what well, he's not down, but he's on one knee. So we'll see what's going on with him. Hopefully he's okay.
At Pfizer, we're driven by this impulse. We've reached hundreds of millions of lives with our COVID-19 response, and we keep innovating. Whatever comes next, we will respond fiercely, like family.
Gillette presents the Gillette Labs exfoliating bar.
This is wild.
The bar and the handle removes unseen dirt and debris that gets in the way of the blades for effortless shaving in one efficient stroke. All with a lifetime warranty. And if you want to keep the
Oh wow for this. I hope Diggs is okay.
product designed to cleanse, soften, trim, and style for your best beard. Gillette, the best a man can get.
If I just stare at these payroll forms, my business payroll taxes will calculate themselves, right? Nope. Intuit QuickBooks helps you manage your payroll taxes. Cheers. With 100% accurate tax calculations guaranteed. Checking State Farm.
And I don't see anything here.
With you, I've literally never watched Patrick.
Legitimately don't see anything here on that play. So I don't know what happened to Diggs. Big Ben or Eli Manning. I mean, both of them are technically going to be in the Hall of Fame. Even if you feel Eli doesn't deserve it, he's going to be in the Hall of Fame, probably because of his last name, but also because he had 2 Super Bowl rings, specifically against Tom Brady. Big Ben won 2 championships as well. But he was a better player. Neither one of them won an MVP. Honestly, I'd probably take Eli. I'd take Eli's career over Big Ben's career. That's just me personally. Big Ben definitely had the better career, and he was the better quarterback. But I would like to have on my resume 2 Super Bowl wins against Tom Brady. I feel like that would be awesome. Think about that. This man beat who many consider to be the GOAT of GOATs in football, the greatest quarterback of all time. Eli Manning went head-to-head with him twice in the Super Bowl, and his team came out victorious. That's 1,000 times better than what anyone else got to say. He won 2 champions off of Tom Brady and Bill Belichick. That's a dub. So Diggs is going to go get checked out. Hopefully he is okay, but they're going to go get him checked out. He's out the game right now. 2nd and 10 here for the Buffalo Bills. Allen, nothing there. Allen throws. Oh, what a catch by Beasley. That is a tough throw, but what a catch by Beasley. Because Allen looked like he was starting to fall down. He was trying to take off, and it looks like he was getting ready to get tripped up. Let me look at this again. Like, Allen fakes the run. He's looking. 2 guys are in his face, and as he gets hit, he gets that ball out. And that's a hell of a catch by Cole Beasley. First down and goal here for the Buffalo Bills. You got to score a touchdown here. You're down 10, you got to score a touchdown. This drive is worth everything to you. Here we go. Handing the ball off here. They're not a good running team. Why are they trying to run from... you know what? I feel where they're coming from. I get why they want to run the ball, but you're not a good running team, guys. You're just not a good running team. Here comes Diggs. He was getting checked out, but he seems okay now.
Buffalo's had a great stretch here as far as red zone opportunities. 13 of their last 14 red zone trips have gone for touchdowns. Hines is also into the game. He's not had as many touches since he got traded here November 1st on offense.
Second and goal here. You got to get in the end zone if you're Buffalo. Here we go. Allen. He's got time. Allen fires. He picks up a couple by Hines, but it's not that much. Third down and goal coming up here. Don't know what you can get here. If I'm Cincinnati, I'm sending pressure on third down. If I'm Cincinnati, I'm sending pressure on third down. Josh Allen, 14 of 22, 151 yards passing. That's not good enough for Josh Allen in the playoffs. That's not good enough given the circumstances. This drive is taking over 7 minutes. This is a long drive. You can't end this drive with 3 points. You got to end this drive with a touchdown. Third down and goal. Here we go. Allen. You got to get in the end zone. Allen looking, firing over the head of his receiver. No flags on the play. Fourth and goal. And the Bills are most likely going to be forced to kick a field goal. A lot of contact there on Knox, but there's nothing you could do there. The ball was thrown high, and even if the ball was thrown on target, it would have been deflected by Hill. Well, you got to take your 3. You're down by 10. You have to take the points here. You can't find the end zone right now, but you have to take the points. 25-yard field goal. Kick is up. Kick is good. And just like that, it's a 7-point game. Well, that wasn't exactly what you were hopeful for if you were the Buffalo Bills. You took over 7 minutes off the clock just to get 3 points. But it makes it a one-possession game now. And if your defense can go out there and make a stop, you got a chance. But I don't know. It all comes down to that defense because the defense is not doing anything for you.
Meet with an expert who will do them for you. So you can do not taxes. Intuit TurboTax. 100% expert guaranteed.
What's good, Simple? How you doing, bro? But this is I ain't gonna lie, bro. This ain't looking good for Buffalo. Offensively, they can't find the end zone. They got the touchdown there early on in the game, but past that, it's just like they had chances, but nah, bro. They just can't find the end zone. Cincinnati's defense has done a great job in keeping them out of the end zone, and there hasn't been a lot of answers for Buffalo. They are desperately trying to get the run game going. And it hasn't been going. It has not been going at all.
Price lock guarantee. That means they won't raise the rates of your talk, text, and data ever. Join T-Mobile and experience price lock guarantee. A guarantee you won't look back. That's a guarantee. Am I saying guarantee too much? Act now and get 4 new lines for $25 a line.
But now it's time for Cincinnati to get on the field, and that's a lot of time taken off.
All right, people, it's under attack.
It is happening right now. Lock the whole building down.
This is what we train for.
Buffalo's doing nothing right now. Buffalo's defense has done nothing right now. But this will be their first time on the field in the second half. It continues to snow in Buffalo. Snow is not stopping. The snow is not stopping. It continues to happen.
And by T-Mobile, price lock guarantee. T-Mobile won't raise your rate ever. It's been flurries, snow showers.
You know, actually, it seems like it's getting a little bit tamer. It's still pouring there, but I don't think the snow is as intense as it was in the first half. So we'll see how this is. We'll see how this is managed here. Anyway, first possession here for the Cincinnati Bengals. Cincinnati's up 7. I mean, they're still in the cat seat. They're legitimately still have control of this football game. Buffalo can't seem to find the end zone right now, despite the several opportunities they've had. They've gotten down the field. They just cannot find the end zone. AFC Championship game next Sunday, and I believe the NFC title game is going to be next Saturday. Are they going to do it like, yeah, Saturday is the NFC, Sunday is the AFC, and we'll just see how it goes. Yeah, football's really coming to an end. I'm both happy and sad with that because I love football, but I got other things I want to do, man. And I feel like football, once you get football out the way, you're going to be fine. 1st and 10, they're going to toss it here to Mixon, and Mixon still finding room here. If you're the Bills defense, this is about pride. This is about pride. Kansas City's already advanced to the AFC Championship game, so these two teams are fighting to see who gets a chance to go beat Kansas City next week if you can pull it off. Then again, no one will be surprised if Kansas... If Buffalo goes, obviously they're both going to Atlanta, so it's going to be a neutral field. But if Cincinnati wins, they're heading back to the same place they were in last season, where they beat those guys and pull off the upset to get to the Super Bowl. So Cincinnati's not afraid of going to Kansas City. Kansas City should be afraid of them. 2nd and 6 here. Allen. Pressure was coming, and Burrow took off. I said Allen. Burrow took off. It's not often you see Joe Burrow taking off to pick up a first down. It's usually, you see that with Allen and stuff, but Joe Burrow doesn't really take off like that. However, in this situation, nothing was open, so Joe Burrow took off. That's why I was like Allen. No, Burrow usually doesn't take off like that, but today he's using his wheels. It's not like he's fast. He's not Allen in the run game, but still, he's had a lot of moments. The fact that they only have 1 sack on him, bro, Baltimore really did the number on Cincinnati. They survived that game. The more I'm watching this, the more you just realize they survived that game. And again, they've been running this play here with Jamar Chase for a while now, and Buffalo still has no answers. This defense, again, is going to cost them here today because they can't make a stop. Buffalo's defense cannot make a stop. Legitimately, Buffalo's defense can't make a stop. They can't make a stop. So, like, what are you doing here? What are you actually doing here? They're effective on the run. There it is. Excuse me, guys. Don't you just love it? Oh, no. Joe Burrow is down. Joe Burrow is down. Is he okay? He seems okay. He seems okay. He just took a shot. He seems okay, but he just took a shot. He seems okay, but he just took a shot. What happened? I was on the phone because people keep calling me. Oh, yeah, he took a shot. His leg. Oh, his legs completely got taken over. That should have been a penalty. Now, it's not his fault. It's accidental, which is probably why they didn't call it. But that looked like it could have been a penalty. Because that you can't... Hitting below is a problem. 2nd and 10. Burrow. Oh, my God. Receiver couldn't just hold on. It was a good throw, but he just couldn't hold on. The ball was slippery right there. But I love it. Every time I'm on the live stream, it's just like the phone's got to start ringing. It's just like, come on, man. Well, 3rd and long. Buffalo, if there's any time to make a stop and get the ball back to your offense, now is the time. What are you made of, Buffalo? What are you going to do here? Here we go. Okay. They're being stopped.
And then the quarterback, Burrow, looks at the defense, sees what they're in, and he gets to the right play, and then they run these simple concepts. But what they've created here with Zach Taylor and Brian Callahan, they figured out Joe Burrow has some Peyton Manning tendencies. And You don't need a ton of motion and a ton of things. They do it a little more than them. But the truth is, it's really hard to defend because he gets through progressions very fast and they get to the right play versus the right coverage over and over and over.
What happened? They legitimately
Called by Buffalo for this 3rd and 10. The reimagined Pro Bowl
timeout?
presented by Verizon are headed back to Vegas. You can see the Manning brothers lead as AFC and NFC head coaches in new skills challenges and the first ever AFC versus NFC flag football game.
Okay, so yeah, Buffalo called a timeout because I was confused. I was like, what happened? So Buffalo called a timeout. Good for them. 3rd down and 10. 3rd down and 10. This is crucial. If your Bills defense, got to get him off the field. Got to get him off the field. Here comes the pressure. Burrow finds a wide open man. And he picks up the 1st down. Look at this. I mean, they just cannot seem to make any sort of stop. They cannot seem to make any sort of stop. This Bills defense is a joke today. They're a joke. They're a joke. They're a joke. Do you understand? Joe Burrow has been consistently eating with the underneath passes, and you're not keeping anybody over there? Really? He's been constantly eating with the with the quick throws and the check downs, and you're not leaving anybody there to try and check that out? Really? Really now? He hasn't really taken shots down the field, and you have failed to realize that. Where are the adjustments? And look at this. They can't stop the run. They can't stop the pass. You might as well say Cincinnati's going to the AFC Championship game. Buffalo looks like some punks. They look like trash. They really look like trash. What a damn shame. At home, too. You're supposed to be used to playing in the rain, and you're getting out hustled. You're getting out manned. You're getting out beat. Really now. What a damn shame. What an embarrassment you guys are presenting yourself to be. I think it's time to take a real good look at this team and make it a legitimate assessment of this team. I said after this year, if you can't get to the Super Bowl, you need to reassess everything that's happening here. So you got to look at the defense and say, are we good enough? We've invested in this defense, but it still doesn't seem to be good enough. You got to look at the offense. You got to look at Josh Allen. You got to look at obviously Josh Allen's not going anywhere, but you got to look at what Josh Allen has to do. You got to look at what these weapons have to do in terms of getting more weapons, or I don't know. I wouldn't get more weapons. I don't think the weapons are the issue. I'm looking more so at this defense that never seems to show up in the playoffs, despite the fact that you keep investing in it. I'd look at coaching, honestly, because I think you have more than enough talent on offense to get the job done. I think you also need to bring in somebody that can, a running back that can actually run the football, because you don't have a run game. You're so one-dimensional on offense. So there's some things that you got to look at with the Buffalo Bills. You lose today, there needs to be a serious look and assessment of this team. Because the way you guys have been playing these playoff games, you've had too many opportunities to get to the Super Bowl, and you have failed to do it time and time and time and time and time again. Third and 1. I mean, I'm just going to do another quarterback sneak. They can't stop the run. They literally can't stop the run. Everybody's lined up. Watch them fail to stop the run. Everybody's lined up. Failed to stop the run. Failed to stop the run. 1st and goal at the 5. This defense is a joke. Where is your pride? You're at home, and you're looking like trash. What an awful defense performance this is. What an awful defensive performance. Baltimore's looking at this and saying, it's a damn shame we didn't have Lamar. Like, Baltimore's legitimately sitting home pissed off right now because, like, we stopped this. They couldn't run on us. And they couldn't throw the ball on us. They had 234 total yards. We beat ourselves. Much of this season, Baltimore beat themselves. We're sitting at home right now because we beat ourselves. Cincinnati couldn't do a damn thing to us. They couldn't move the ball. And yet here is Buffalo getting cooked. Oh, great. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this. I'm actually disgusted. And a flag on the play. They can't do anything right. They can't cover without causing a penalty. And when they do cover, they just leave everything over. This is just sad. Left and right, they look like trash. Look at this. Oh, my God. Pass interference on Tre'Davious White. Good God almighty. Greg Roman definitely needed to go. But as a Ravens fan, this really pisses me off. Because we had these dudes shut down. Their offense couldn't do squat against our defense. We hurt ourselves. Crazy part is they're playing awful at home. All those awful losses were always away games in the playoffs. This Buffalo Bills team ain't. I don't think they're cut out to win a Super Bowl, bro. I said this was going to be the year where you showcase whether or not you can do it. Look at this sad performance here. I mean, they're proving that they're just not built to win a championship. They have the talent, but I just wouldn't. I literally made a video saying this was the year they had to prove themselves. And Buffalo is not proving themselves at all. And they're just embarrassing themselves. They're embarrassing themselves. This is just pathetic. It's as simple as that. It's pathetic. I'm honestly disgusted by what I've seen here today. I'm legitimately disgusted. And it infuriates me as a Ravens fan because we stopped their offense. We didn't have a problem with that. Their offense put up 17 points. Reason we lost the game was because of a 98-yard fumble return for a touchdown. That's why we lost. Pittsburgh's defense looks better than this. Of course it looks better than this. I mean, there's just nothing here, bro. And, of course, there was 12 men on the field. Oh, my God. Get off the field! You can't stop committing penalties. Holy crap. Get off the... Oh, my... I'm so disgusted. These playoffs have sucked. These playoffs have sucked. Where's the competitiveness? I'm watching a team that was supposed to be good just getting embarrassed at home. And, yeah, the score doesn't show it. Give it a minute. Give it a minute. It's supposed to be 24-10. Give it a second. Bengals versus Ravens was a real divisional round last week. Yeah, Baltimore put up a way better performance than this. Honestly, Baltimore outplayed Cincinnati. They just blew it on that 98-yard fumble return for a touchdown. You don't blow it there. You go up 24-17. And with the way that defense was playing, we probably would have won that game. Now, we would have got destroyed by Kansas City next week, probably. But still. I mean, to watch this defense that took they invested in this group. To see this defense play like this, just give up a touchdown, go up 24-10. What a sad group. He already broke free. He already broke free. They're going to say he's short? Really? They said he was stopped, apparently. I mean, he's still getting a touchdown. Like, I don't care what you say. He's going to get that touchdown. It's just not... Pretty sure he crossed. But they said he didn't. So screw it. That's a touchdown. That's a touchdown. That's a touchdown. That doesn't have to be reviewed again. That's a touchdown. It's a clear touchdown. All right, this is just sad. This is just sad. Buffalo should be embarrassed with themselves. Their defense can't stop a nosebleed right now. The fact that the Bills are entering the fourth quarter with 10 points is ridiculous. It's a damn shame. It's a complete and utter embarrassment. They should all be ashamed with how they performed here at home. No pride. Just nothing here. Just what a damn shame. What an embarrassment this is. Like, legitimately, what a damn shame. What a damn shame. I don't know why Kenyon Drake didn't play last week. I don't know. I honestly don't know. I have no answers for that. I don't know. What a damn shame, though. I mean, you expected better from the Buffalo Bills, and this is what they give you.
I'm sorry.
What?
But you're gonna have to pause and move your car.
Oh, you. Oh, okay. Hold on. All right, give me a second, guys. Apparently, I gotta go do something. My car ain't gonna get there.
Now is the best time to switch to Verizon for just $25 a line, guaranteed for 30 years. The same
You're gonna ruin my tire.
network you want, Verizon.
This is the truck that helps keep families safe. And the truck that helps you get far from home. The truck that lets you leave now.
Give me a second, guys. I'll be back.
This is the truck of the outdoors, the early adopters, and the rising generation. This is the movement all truck owners are switching to. This is what it means to be a Ram.
CBS and streaming on Paramount Plus.
It's all sports all day long on CBS Sports HQ.
Tune in Sunday, January 29th for the NFC and AFC Championship games presented by Intuit TurboTax. Stream games live on your mobile phone with NFL Plus.
They have overturned the ruling on the field. It is a touchdown. Mixon broke the plane.
And I think it's the correct call because right here, this is the view. You see that knee down right there. And that's like, okay, that's still not enough. But then you can see on this one, the ball, if the knee's there, you see his upper body there, and then it gets pulled back. That is a touchdown. It's Cincinnati is up 14, possibly going to the fourth in Buffalo.
That was a 6-minute, 25-second drive. Pearson, the extra point, good. I mean, back on week 9, Mixon had 5 touchdowns in the game against Carolina. Missed a couple games shortly thereafter with a concussion, but he had not found the end zone but once since that prolific day in Carolina. There was also, by the way, Gene, on that touchdown, did they get the play off in time? There was no flag for this. Look at the play clock here.
You know, Jim, you're right, and this is that sequence we've talked about before, where when the back judge is watching the play clock, when it reaches 0, his eyes go from the play clock right down, and if the snap happens right at that point, then they pass on it, even though we see zeros of the ball not moving. That's the mechanic that the officials use.
That's really well said, Gene, because the truth is you can't be looking at 2 things at once. So when he's looking at it, it goes like your eyes have to go back and forth. It's not like baseball where he's feeling the catch and the first baseman.
Yes. He's got to go through that progression, right? And that's what it is.
So you're
You're going to
almost
see zeros
getting
first.
half a tenth of a
Yeah.
second.
You don't look and see 1 and then look back down. You wait for the 0.
That was the definition of a methodical drive. As a compliment, they had 7 first downs, taking it down the field.
Well, and Cincinnati was the worst rushing team there for 4 or 5 weeks, Jim. And you see, this is where I said run the ball better.
They got 126 today on the ground as Hines so long, just past the 30. Got a flag on the return.
Well, to my point, though, like, why do you run the ball a sudden more? Because you have injuries on the offensive line.
Holding number 85. Return team, 10-yard penalty, first down.
Coming up on CBS Sports beginning Friday at 5 Eastern, the PGA Tour is in Torrey Pines to the Farmers Insurance Open. And then on Saturday, the day begins with college hoops doubleheader, followed by, again, live tour coverage. 5 final rounds Saturday at 4:30 Eastern time into the evening. That's coming up Friday and Saturday here on CBS. Names like Justin Thomas, Morikawa, Rahm will all be there. Strong field, our season premiere, the PGA Tour, next Friday and Saturday on CBS.
By the way, I believe to shut the run down means you shut it down early. Teams have a harder time sticking with it or creating balance if you shut it down early. Today, Buffalo did not do that on that first drive to open the game.
There's an incompletion to Diggs.
And to me, Cincinnati's ability to run that early allowed them to kind of stick with it a little more, right? And Mixon gets 14 attempts for 80 yards. We run 2. Chase, and this ball was barely overthrown. Josh is like, can you take that a little higher angle? A little higher angle.
Bills have been held to 200 yards of offense as we have a minute to go in the third quarter.
Josh Allen, undefeated at home in the playoffs, Jim. But he don't get behind my 14 very often, I can tell you that. This is a tall task.
Each time they had time. Look at McKenzie able to get away from Wilson, who was a teammate at Wyoming of Josh's. And that's a gain of 9, maybe 8.
Wilson's one of the more
jump through hoops to use them. With Discover, you can redeem your rewards for cash in any amount, anytime.
Hey, you want to order some Taco Bell? Two grilled chicken burritos, two bold flavors, $2 each. Order on the app, only at Taco Bell.
Sunday, February 5th, CBS presents The Grammys. Live.
$200 instantly. Just spend $5. DraftKings, listen to me. You listen good. I appreciate you for recognizing how valuable my time is. But instantly, stop. You're not gonna make me sweat a little bit? Feel some extra bumps in my chest while the game is going on? Oh look, wait a minute, there's my $200. That was fast.
Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app. Bet just $5 to get 200 in free bets instant. Action's so good, why bet NFL playoffs anywhere else?
Touchdown, nah, interception.
I screwed up. I got us T-Mobile home internet. Now cell phone users have priority over us.
And your marriage survived that? You can almost feel the drag when people walk by with their phones.
Oh, I can't hear you. You're frozen.
Ladies, please. You put it on airplane mode when you pass our house.
I was trying to work. We're working it too.
Yeah, working, girl. I want to hear you say it out loud.
Well, I could switch to Xfinity.
Those smiles. That's why I do what I do. That and the paycheck.
Is Congress getting ready to take on pharmacy benefit managers? The pressure is mounting as these middlemen insurance companies rip off patients and make billions in profits. One study showed that 40% of PBM profits can be tied to questionable business schemes. Now, federal regulators and state law enforcement officers have launched investigations to try and get answers. Congress, you can hold PBMs accountable. Stop them today.
Chief Meteorologist, Topper Shot. Only on WUSA 9 News at 11.
Highmark Stadium here in Orchard Park. And the Bengals, right at the get-go, quieted things for this Bills Mafia and drove it right down the field. And they've scored a touchdown throw from Burrow to Chase. They've had the upper hand throughout.
That looks so in sync. People are questioning the offensive line. No injuries, but nope. This is them imposing their will, running the ball, and doing everything.
That was Mixon for 9, and he's moving on 89 yards with 15 carries. One touchdown.
You didn't expect, look at that. They seal the backside, so it's a one-on-one block, and right there you see Dennergy wins that one as well. And this is the part where Buffalo earlier this year was so dominant. Von Miller, when he was there, that was their thing. They thought if he was here today, that would have been a game changer, and it would have been, because they had so much time to run the ball. But they were ranked 4th in the NFL in pressure rate. He was there, and he left 27th. That's how important he was. That was the game changer for Buffalo this year. Second and 1. He's got another first. They're now up to 27 first downs in this game. You know how you can do that?
Just dominating the offensive line.
And you did not
With the offensive line.
coming in.
No, everybody thought that was going to be the weakness and maybe the difference in the game, and it's been a strength for Cincinnati. We're going to talk about all these statistics that are very positive for Burrow and Mixon, Hurst and Chase. The guys that don't get the stats, though, have been probably the biggest story.
And that's who, honestly, that was the worrisome approach. When you look at them, their size is big. Just look at them sitting right here. When you see these guys move against them, they're bigger.
That's to Chase. And Jamar breaks a tackle, gets near another first down.
And when you have that ability to get that in the running game, you can just create little plays. You can just call them 4-yard plays, 2-yard plays. And if he gets tackled there, it's 3 or 4. And if Chase
DirecTV, I can get live TV and on demand together. Football, housewives. Football, housewives.
Call 1-800-DIRECTV to guarantee your price for 2 years.
At Domino's, next time you order 2 medium 2-topping pizzas for $6.99 each, you could be in for a shock. Because hundreds of new electric vehicles are rolling out to deliver Domino's across America. I'm great.
To you, it may just be an elevator. Here goes nothing. But for a young homeowner becoming their parents, it's a learning opportunity.
Come on in. The more the merrier. Paris, huh? Bonjour. We got any out-of-towners in the elevator?
Tom, it is not easy.
10th floor, huh? Must be a heck of a view.
Okay, let's hear how everyone else is facing this way.
Progressive can't save you from becoming your parents, but we can save you money when you book your own auto with us.
Okay, that was terrible. Okay, let's hang back. We're gonna try that again.
I used the wrong paint.
Snickers satisfies.
Chevy Silverado factory lifted trucks. Where will they take you? Silverado ZR2, Trail Boss, and Custom Trail Boss. Because adventure is everywhere.
The NFL on CBS is sponsored by DirecTV. Get your TV together. And by Domino's. Get great deals on pizza, bread twists, chicken, desserts, and more. It's a 26-yard pass interference penalty, Gene, and it's a big call on a 3rd and 2.
It is, Jim, and look, it's not a huge, contactable play, but if you see the right arm restricting there, and then the hold again a little bit, it's taking that half a step or step away, which really is big when you're laying out for a football.
And both Poyer and White were able to get up and walk to the sideline, but it's getting very thin in that secondary. And Lewis has come in. Juwan Johnson's already had to be brought in for emergency duty. Both of the DBs are in the blue tent, and you got 1st and goal from the 4. Had it been an incompletion, it would have been 4th and 2 from the 30, and we probably would have been looking at an Evan McPherson field goal attempt from about 48 yards in the snow.
Yeah, that would have been difficult too. And Poyer was upset. We talked to Tracy Wilson on the sideline during that break, and she told us we didn't watch it, but they're going to make him do that right there. So, you said you got different guys now in that secondary. Burrow.
Pete said he's got Russo on his back, and he'll pick up about a yard, if that. Like,
I think Joe Mixon would have scored a touchdown easily. You just handed it to him. The quarterback gets to keep it sometimes, and sometimes he hands it off.
looked like out of the John Chapman playbook.
Well, these two guys, second, third in the league in passing.
Oh, man. Oh, boy. Oh, wow, this game is over. This game is over. The Bills are an embarrassment. This game is over. Cincinnati's going to the AFC title game. I gotta take this off now because all of a sudden, because I was freaking doing work, I'm hot. Ah, man. Wow. This game is over. This game is over. They're about to be down 17. This game is over. This game is over. Oh, my goodness. Bills are totally overhyped. I was hoping the Bills were going to kick that smug Burrow's teeth in. Well, I mean, he has all the reason to be smug. His team keeps winning. The man's been in the league for what? This is his 4th year now? and it's his 4th year now. He went to the Super Bowl in his 3rd year, 4th year coming up, and now he's going to the AFC Championship game. Why wouldn't you be smug? When you're winning, you get to be arrogant. When you're winning and you're actually going deep in the playoffs, you get to be arrogant. That's why Baltimore hasn't had crap to say for a while. You can speak about all the past all you want, but the past ain't got nothing to do with the present. Presently, Cincinnati seems to be the best team in the division. Presently, Cincinnati's been the most successful team postseason-wise in the division. Presently, they're getting ready to go to the AFC Championship game for the 2nd straight year in a row. We used to be doing that back in the day. So they're going to talk. If you're winning, you get to talk. I know it's been 2 years, but honestly, I believe Ravens could have defeated the Bills division round if it was 10-3 until that 96-yard pick six. A lot of us believe that. Buffalo is a damn shame. Buffalo's an embarrassment. It's nothing else to say. Buffalo's an embarrassment. You're down 17 in the 4th quarter at home. The game's over. The game is over. You're down 17 at home. Josh Allen, you are a disappointment. They have people. I think this is it, bro. We got to have a serious talk about the Buffalo Bills. I gave y'all one last chance to prove yourself. You had one last chance to prove yourself, and you failed to do so. You had one last chance to prove yourself, and you failed to do so.
The all-new, all-electric EQE sedan from Mercedes-Benz.
Okay, so with the award-winning Geico mobile app, our customers have 24/7 access, digital ID cards, they can even pay their bill.
Bill has joined the call.
Hey Bill, we're just...
Bill here. Do we have Julie on the line too?
What a damn shame. Bengals fans are never going to let us see the end of it. Why would they? Well, we were talking trash when they were trash. When we were talking trash back when they were garbage and we were going to AFC title games, did we let them have the end of it? No. That's just the nature of sports. That is the nature of sports. When you're winning, you get to run your mouth. Back in between 08 and 2012, when we were going to 3 AFC title games, meanwhile Cincinnati was doing nothing, did we let them hear the end of it? No. When Pittsburgh was the top of the division, did they let them hear the end of it? No. It's the nature of sports. Right now, Cincinnati's on top. Until we get on top too, we have no right to talk. This is Cincinnati's time to shine. Now, granted is, when it's your time to shine, will you capitalize on it? Last year, they got to the Super Bowl. They lost. This year, they're going to the AFC title game, most likely. What happens then? Do they get back to the Super Bowl and win this time? You can be on top. You can definitely be on top, but you capitalize on it. When Baltimore was on top, they got 2 championships. When Pittsburgh was on top in this era, they got 2 championships. Overall, as a franchise, they got 6. When you're at the top, when you're competing, when it's your time to shine, can you capitalize on it? Now is Cincinnati's time to shine. Will it count as will they be able to capitalize on it, and will it result in a chip for Cincinnati? We'll have to find out. But that franchise has never won a championship, and Joe Burrow has been the guy to show them that he can lead this team to new heights. So that's all I gotta say about that. It's easy to sit back and talk trash now when we're not at the top and they're at the top. We had our moment to shine. We've had our moments to shine. We capitalize on them. Not always, but we capitalize on them. We got 2 rings. When we had our moments to shine, we got 2 rings. Between 08 and 2012, we managed to win a championship. We didn't let that go to waste. Cincinnati, this is their time to shine. Maybe Baltimore will join them. Depending on what happens this offseason, Baltimore can end up joining them next season. But for now, it's Cincinnati's time to shine. They get to talk. That's just how it is. Fans are going to be fans. No matter who they are, no matter what fan base you support, once your team is finally on the rise and doing things, you're not going to shut up. You're used to shutting up when your team's not doing anything, but the minute your team starts doing something, you're going to talk trash. That's just the nature of fans. Buffalo, y'all have been nothing short of a disappointment. I mean, you've done nothing. You guys are going home tonight. You know that, right? You guys are going home. There's 11 minutes left, but you guys are going home. Still hope for the Bills. I mean, there's 11 minutes left, so anything can happen. It's not like they couldn't come back down 17, but where? Where would you get that hope right now? They've shown you nothing. They've shown you nothing to make you believe that they could pull this off. Nice play to Knox. First down picked up. That's a huge play there. At this point, with 11:22 left and you're down 17, you can't run the football. You cannot run the football at this stage of the game. Can't run the football. Can't run the football. You can't run the football. Bills got dominated the entire game. I don't think they can flip the switch now. I mean, I don't think it's going to happen either. But, I mean, crazier things have happened. Crazier things have absolutely happened. So, I mean, the game technically isn't over. It's a 17-point game. Buffalo has 2 timeouts left, so they're really going to have to stretch it. But it's not over yet. 16-28, 191 passing yards. It's not completely over yet. But what would need to happen is on this drive, you got to score a touchdown. Defense has to make a stop no matter what. Next drive, you score another touchdown. All of a sudden, it's a 3-point game. I have no clue how much time will be left on the clock if that was to happen. And from there, you would just go with it. Like, legitimately. I don't know what you would do past this point, but at the end of the day, you can only take it drive by drive. You're down 17. Can you tie the game? We've seen teams in worse situations than this and find ways to win. It comes down to the resiliency of this group. Allen with the pump fake, fires, caught. Congrats to the Bengals for making it to the Super Bowl in back-to-back years. You're not even going to give Kansas City a chance, huh? You think Kansas City's... Okay, well, Mahomes being compromised definitely helps benefit that. But still, football got to be played. Can't just automatically assume the game is over. The game isn't over until that clock hits double zeros. Well, they're moving the ball. Can they find the end zone this time? I have no clue. Allen, pump fakes. Allen. I'm going to rule that as a fumble. Is that a fumble or a pass? That's a... Ooh! It's close. It's close. It's close. They're going to have to review this, bro. They are going to have to review this because I'm not fully sure. It looks like the ball, his hand motion's moving forward, but I don't know. They're going to have to review this. It's going to be close. Official Mahomes versus Burrow, the new Peyton Brady. How about we just have them have their own separate thing and not compare them to Peyton Manning and Tom Brady? How about they just have their own separate thing? I don't like comparing eras. I don't do that. I'm not comparing quarterback rivalries in different eras. I have no interest in doing that. Steelers lost the Bills 38-3. They did. They did. Ooh, that's nasty.
I'm gonna get to the bottom of this. Call it quick to get a quote today. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
What's up, Einstein?
My network has gone kaput.
You tried to save a buck on it.
I got what I paid for. Not so smart.
Nah, you're still a genius. But there is a smarter way to save. Switch to Verizon. For a limited time, get Welcome Unlimited for just $25 a line.
$25?
And it's guaranteed.
Ravens should trade for Pickett. Yet no, that's not happening. And Lamar goes bye-bye. Don't see that happening either, but we'll see what happens. Again, I'm not focused or interested on that. Man, I can't wait for the offseason where I don't have to talk about this crap. I cannot wait for the offseason. Cannot wait for the offseason so I don't got to talk about this crap. I can go focus on basketball and other things, not have to worry about football. Cannot wait for that. It's going to be a fun time. This has been a very miserable year as a Ravens fan. I'm so, and as a football fan, there's been some games where you hope to live up to the hype. Like this game didn't live up to the hype. Last year, the playoffs were awesome. This year, the playoffs have sucked. I have half a mind to think the Super Bowl is going to suck this year. Last year, the Super Bowl was fine. It literally came down to a game-winning drive by Matthew Stafford, and he hit the Super Bowl MVP in Cooper Kupp. And then the Bengals had a chance. It literally came down to the last play. Don't know if that's going to happen this Super Bowl. I have no clue what's going to happen next week in the championship games. Who the hell knows? The Chiefs just barely got away against the 9-8 Jaguars. The Bengals will stomp them. I mean, we'll stop them. We'll see. I don't know. I actually don't know. So Allen was lucky. They ruled it an incomplete pass. It's not a fumble, so I guess hope is still alive, at least for the moment, for Bills fans that are hoping that some sort of miracle can happen here, being down 17. I mean, Cincinnati would have to massively choke here. It's going to start with a turnover. I mean, first of all, you got to score a touchdown here. And then secondly, you got to get a turnover. Allen is just hesitating over everything. Just take off, bro. Just take off. They're not going to call a penalty there. Mahomes was playing hurt. Yes, he was. I have no idea what state he is going to be when he steps on that on that field that week. I don't know what state his foot or his ankle is going to be in when he steps on that field next week. That's what I wanted to say. That was very close to being a fumble. Very close to being a fumble. Lamar's still leaving and heading to Miami. For the 15,000th time, Jack, Lamar just can't leave. They can franchise tag him. I don't know how many times this has to be explained to you. Allen gets it out, first down. I don't know how many times this can't be said. If you want to say he's getting traded, say he's getting traded. But you keep saying he's leaving and heading to Miami. He cannot leave in free agency. How many times does this have to be expressed to you? The team can franchise tag him. He can't just go anywhere. Now, if you believe he's going to be traded, Jack, he can be traded. Why am I still talking about this? I don't care about that right now. I don't care about that. Why am I talking about it? I don't want to focus on the Ravens. I'm just ready for this Niners-Cowboys game. Hopefully that won't be a disappointment. They're wasting so much time here by not doing anything. Like, just so much time being wasted. Buffalo, no decision-making. Get out of... No, look at this. Look at the amount of time they're wasting. They have no chance to do anything here, bro. It's over. The Bengals are getting destroyed by the Eagles or Niners in the Super Bowl. We'll see who gets the Super Bowl. I mean, I don't know. Are you streaming Cowboys-Niners? Yes. Cowboys will choke like they always do. Well, I want to be there for either situation. I want to be there to laugh at their pain when they choke, or I want to be there to see this team get to the NFC Championship game for the first time since '95. So, either way, it should be an eventful stream. 2nd and 10 here. Allen, ball gets batted and almost gets picked off. Twitter slandering Josh Allen. They're saying just a more enthusiastic Jay Cutler. That's funny. Twitter's going to slander everybody. When you're playing well, they're going to label you the GOAT. When you play awful, they're going to say you're the most overrated player to ever play the game. That's just how it is. Again, if they said the same thing in the Super Bowl, what happened with Joe Burrow last year. If the Bengals get back to the Super Bowl and they end up getting destroyed, they'll just say Joe Burrow's overrated, got carried by his defense and all this other stuff. This is what fans do all the time. When you're playing elite, they're going to say you're the GOAT. When you're not playing elite, they're going to say you're the most overrated player in the history of the game. There's no in-between with these people. So it is what it is. And a false start here. Just put the Bills out of their misery. And Kansas City right now just continues to succeed. They continue to win because now they get to host the AFC title game in their building. They didn't even earn the number 1 seed, but yet they get to host the the home game here because of semantics. If the Bengals go 0-4 in the Super Bowl, hey man, getting to the Super Bowl is an honor, at least for them. It don't matter if you win. At least that's what I was told last year. 3rd and 15, and they're gonna run this play, which actually gets them a good chunk of yards. And it's 8 minutes left, 4th down, you're down 17, and nothing's happening. Wheels are falling off for the Bills. They got nothing left. They got nothing left. And I'm honestly ready just to move on from this game and get ready for the Cowboys game. When do the Cowboys play? I just want to make sure. Because I might need a little time to get myself prepared before that game starts. Unfortunately. Oh, that game starts at 6:30. Perfect. I'm going to have plenty of time to do what I need to do. All right. Let's have this game end. 4th and 6. Allen. Nothing here. Allen standing in the pocket. Nothing there. Allen, incomplete. All right, the game's over. The game's over. I'm going to have to head on out of here. The game is over, ladies and gentlemen. I want to make I think I'm going to make a recap video of the Buffalo Bills right now. So I'm probably going to end this. The game is over. You're down 17. There's 7:23. You're down 17. 7:23 left to go. Cincinnati's getting the ball. They're going to kill the clock. I think I'm going to end the stream here because, one, I really want to make this video about the Bills because I'm trying to do this other stream. I'm trying to do this other stream between the Cowboys and the Niners, and I'm going to need time to both make this recap video and then go do that stream. So, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to end it here. The game is over. Buffalo Bills thoroughly got embarrassed at home against the Cincinnati Bengals, and they just... I think it's time for them to really start reconsidering some of the things they're doing. Now, I'm not saying anyone should get fired. I'm not calling for anyone's job, but you have to take a serious look at yourself. This defense that you've tried to invest in pieces in for the last 3 years has failed you time and time again. This offense has one identity, throwing the football. They can't run the football worth a damn. You got to look at the decision-making that's happening here. You got to look at Sean McDermott as a head coach. Why wasn't your team ready to play from the get-go? Knowing the importance of this game, why wasn't your team ready to play from the get-go? It showed up, and you guys failed to show out. There's a lot of things I want to talk about here. I got to talk about Josh Allen and his performance. Because all of a sudden he performed so well last season that people just assumed that Josh Allen was this beast playoff player, when really, if you look at his playoff stats prior to last season, you would see that Josh Allen wasn't good in the playoffs either, but no one wants to speak on that. Joe Burrow continues to add to his legacy because he's playing well in the playoffs, and he's going to his second ever AFC title game. Who the hell needs an MVP when you're competing for a Super Bowl? Baltimore would have put a better fight than the Bills. I mean, they did put up a better fight and lost. We faced off against them the previous week, and we lost. Not our fault. We lost due to our own incompetence, but thanks to us losing due to our own incompetence, Greg Roman's out of here. So I would love to see how this team is going to be next week. But yeah, I'm going to end this here, ladies and gentlemen. I don't feel the need to stick around and watch the rest of this game when I want to make a recap video as to how these guys embarrass themselves. I'm going to get that done, and I'm going to prepare for the Niners and the Cowboys. So, yeah, I'm pretty much going to end it here. Does this make the Ravens look better? Don't care if it makes the Ravens look better or worse. We're sitting at home, and they're getting ready to come meet us. Doesn't matter how you look better or worse. You're at home. And Cincinnati gets to move on to the title game. I don't care if you, oh, well, you look better. What is this, some sort of Pyrrhic victory? Well, you look better than the Bills look. Okay, Buffalo's coming to join you at home. You were eliminated last week. I don't care if it makes you look better or worse. That means nothing in a game like this. You're in the playoffs. You lost, but you looked better while losing. You still lost. Everyone's trying to win a championship here. You're like, oh, well, you look better. Okay, I look better sitting on the couch, I guess. And now Buffalo's going to come join us on the couch. Meanwhile, Cincinnati gets to move on to the AFC title game. And based on how they've played and how Mahomes has never beaten them, there's a good chance Cincinnati will be back in the Super Bowl. So everybody that thought the Bengals were a fluke, congratulations, you're wrong. They're not a fluke. They are not a fluke. They are here to stay. Joe Burrow's going nowhere. Jamar Chase is going nowhere. That defense that continues to improve year in, year out is going nowhere. And they have established themselves as one of the best teams in the league. And one of the best teams in the AFC. And a legitimate threat. I believe in Baltimore's chances to beat them, but we have to stay healthy. And we haven't been healthy the last 2 years. We would have won the division the last 2 years, but guess what? We haven't stayed healthy. The best ability is availability. And our quarterback has not been available. Not his fault. Injuries happen. But it's not even just our quarterback. Our top receiver, our second receiver, was not available this year or last year. Injuries happening left and right. Cincinnati's staying healthy. We can't stay healthy as a football team. You can't compete for a championship if you can't stay healthy. So, we'll see what happens here. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this. No heart, no care. I'm out of here, guys. I'm out of here. The Cincinnati Bengals are for real. I'm going to congratulate them. But let me go make this recap video and get ready for the Cowboys stream. Because I want to watch the Niners and the... As a 49ers fan, we can't beat the Bengals. Yeah, good luck with that. I trust that Niners defense to shut down. Let me tell you something. Baltimore's defense did a really great job. The Baltimore Ravens defense did a really great job in slowing down and taking away what Cincinnati does best. The Niners have a better defense than the Ravens. Good luck with that, Cincinnati, if you get to the Super Bowl. Assuming the Niners get to the Super Bowl, too. They may face off with Philly, and Philly's offense is different. So we'll see about that. I'm just saying, we'll see about that. The Ravens defense that gave Cincinnati fits, is not better than the Niners defense. The Niners have a better defense than the Ravens. So the Niners can absolutely beat Cincinnati. But yeah, I'm not going to waste any more time here. I appreciate you guys stopping by. I'll see you guys at, like, what is it, 5:49? I'll see you guys in like 40 minutes, I guess. 45, 40 minutes. Because the game is going to start at 6:30. The game is going to start at 6:30, so I will see you guys then. I want to stop the stream now because I want to get ready for that stream, but I want to make a recap video because I got some things to say about the Buffalo Bills. So, yeah, I appreciate you guys. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in like 40 minutes when the Cowboys game starts. Peace out.